all out of bounds. If you want to be a wise guy, you can do it anyway. If you want to be a strong man, you can do it anyway. If you want to be an Indian chief, cowboy, you can do it in the ring. You can't do it in the mall.
The most electrifying line in sports entertainment today. If you smell what the Rock is cooking, hate me if you can survive if I let you. I'm figuring and thinking that nothing's gonna stop the Macho Man Randy Savage now. I'm the man. I'm the icon. And yes, Bruce can't bow. I am God.
The number one show on the net that leads to the best in your head like Goldberg Net. Full of punks and the perverts. This is how it works with Terry Funk and Knox Baker. Check Inchman and Darby. They got the cheap heat, so sit back and have a seat. They got questions from the fans. In your head is the man from Australia to Japan.
Chase down the road, old shit, man. Back strokes up the Mississippi. We are bigger, we are faster, and we are all night long. All you idiots, punks, perverts, and fools, be sure and tune in and listen to this show.
All right, and we are live here once again at In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I am the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, the most honest man in all of podcasting, handsome Jackie Jones, lost my right-hand man, my audio soulmate, the man that is the only one softer of the wrestlers that he likes.
1-inch biceps, the power goat. And with that, I say, Jackie Jones, I am the boss baby, the man who tells you what to do, all of those things, and most importantly, the king of all the marks.
Ah!
I have it on good authority that Mickey Gall is a big Young Bucks fan. So
Ooh!
what that says. Mickey Gall, you know who he is.
Who the fuck's Mickey Gall?
He beat up your hero there. We're going to book him for the show.
but then he beat up your heroes. So what's that got to say?
What hero he beat up?
One of the Bucks. They've been crying ever since. Won't even be in the same building.
Mickey Gall, he didn't beat up the Bucks.
No, but he beat up the guy that beat up the Bucks. So what does that make them?
He didn't beat
the biggest pusses in the world.
He didn't beat nobody up. He delivered a
boom, punched him out, and the Bucks like, we will not even be in the same building as him. Let's call up Baby Meltzer.
Or Teddy Hart.
Bitches, screw the Bucks. Screw the Bucks. Screw the Bucks. We got Vicky Schiavone, and I think you have to admit that Vic Schiavone is the most stand-up guy in the history of the Headyverse. So if he says it, you've got to bow down and agree. Screw the Bucks.
No.
Boom.
You're all the time trying to make
Screw the Bucks. Screw the Bucks. Screw the Bucks.
I don't believe that. Even though he's disagreeing with
Bucks are bitches.
Jackie Jones.
But they did have fun with the line, and I'll give him credit for that.
True. So
I personally think they're all on the same page now, and we will be seeing the.
At this point, it does seem like they're working. They're just
which is good. Take advantage of the situation, make money for everyone involved, make the fans happy, and make the company. Because Collision, this was an awesome show all around. Even the look of it, it really looks like Big League Show.
Bruce Briscoe here in the chat room. He's got a smart little comment. He's saying, "Where's Incher's Crocodile Hunter ZZ? He saw. How can you say Crocodile Hunter?
Boom.
How can you say Crocodile Hunter and soft in the same?
He wasn't hunting no crocodiles. He was wrestling little. He was probably filling them up with drugs and then rolling around with them, taking advantage of poor wild animals.
Crocodiles down, and he was wrestling them. He was giving them the gator roll, Jackie Jones.
Probably sticking his wee-wee in them.
I'm kind of sounding like Bill Cosby at this point.
Damn, another one of your heroes.
Let me get one of your drinks, and I'll come back and I'll coach you.
Here's the Young Bucks and Bill Cosby. What the hell?
Well, just the voice kind of morphed into it. I'm like, I'm kind of doing Bill Cosby.
I will say, Davey Boy Meltzer, you could when he reviewed Collision, it honestly felt like he was holding back tears. And Alvarez didn't even want to say. He didn't even say anything. And Meltzer's like, "Well, you want to say anything about that promo?" He's like, "It was a promo." It's like, come on, guys, don't be like just big. I mean, if you can't even review it, you're just like not even doing your job at this point.
Yeah, those are some marks that have been castrated by CM Punk, and
they're being worked by their heroes. They're being worked by their butt buddies.
I would say they probably are trying to not divulge a lot of things to Meltzer, just to keep
And then Meltzer compared CM Punk to Conor McGregor. He's like, neither guy should even be in the company, but they're going to keep using him for. It's like, dude, a guy just because he's accused of sexual assault.
Oh, Conor
it's
McGregor.
Like a guy. Talking, shooting on your buddies is the same as someone sexually assaulting women. Like, come on, get a grip on reality.
Yeah, that's not the same. Yeah, it's not the same. But Jackie Jones, it was a fine episode, a fine debut episode of Collision.
I'm a big fan of the commentary team.
I can't lie. The comments. They did hurt me a little bit.
Oh man, you're a big puss like the Melts. When he called you out.
But
then I even saw it was just a glimpse. I saw him look at the camera, and the camera kind of got what he went. I was like, hot damn.
I never said that he owed me an apology, but he needs to get on his hands and knees and apologize to Kenny. By God, Omega.
Fuck that.
He delivers matches that CM Punk can only dream about.
That's not. I don't.
Kenny Omega taking on Will Ospreay at the last.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Show. You can't hardly top that match.
Oh, it'll be great, but I don't think you could put Punk in a category of a guy who can't work in the ring. I'm
not saying he can't. I'm just saying I don't think
he has some of the most memorable matches. He's really a guy, a predecessor of the style we have today. Him, Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, and I'm very happy Nigel McGuinness is on the show because he's also in that camp. And because of health concerns, and I mean, even before that, he never got the chance to really shine on the big platform. Then he had the health problems, and it's a real shame. But I'm happy that he's at least there doing the commentary and as part of this. And I know he talked about in an interview recently the idea of coming back to doing a match with Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, which would be amazing.
Facebook user, you couldn't be more wrong.
I agree. Omega's a great in-ring wrestler. I'm a fan of Omega. I think he's a great heel. I like him better as a heel. I think he was tremendous as heel. But I think Punk is a much better performer. Charisma's promo. You can't even.
Yeah, definitely his promos are better. I would say in ring work. I would say probably Omega's better. I enjoy
not the style I much prefer CM Punk over Kenny. I've learned to accept modern wrestling and I enjoy that. But for me, Punk's a much better. So it's a much more believable
down to your wrestling god, style. CM Punk.
Much
say sorry to
preferable style to me.
Even you see him, Cuck. You should start apologizing to him right now.
I'm agreeing with Punk. It's sorry that that the only people softer than you are the wrestlers you like. That was a great line.
That line has no effect. No effect. I'm fine.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. This is all. This is great.
I will say I am happy.
Counterfeit bucks.
I am happy that CM Punk did apologize to Tony. I think that was well deserved. I mean, because he did put the man in a very awkward situation, and so I'm willing to accept that. You know,
that was Michael Loving, by the way.
Michael Loving, we love you here, but Omega is the god of professional wrestling. But Jackie Jones, like you're saying, I'm glad that Nigel McGuinness, he's added to the crew. I'm a little peeved that Kevin Kelly's there. I'm like, Kevin, you're an old fart. It's only a matter of time before you're falling down and getting black eyes as well. You got Ian Riccaboni,
Ian's good,
which is better than Kevin Kelly's ever been.
I'm good I'm good. I also glad that it's a 2-man booth. I prefer 2-man booth.
Mm-hmm. I would like to see Ian brought up.
I would agree with Ian, but I'm fine with Kevin Kelly. I used to really enjoy the commentary in Dynamite, but since they put Taz in there, I think it's a detriment to the show. I've never liked Taz at all as a commentator. I think he's at maybe his worst now. I think he's not good at all.
He's even worse than he was back in the day.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
And especially for the...
And he should really strive to be better because his son's in this company.
Yeah.
They're giving his son a chance. So he should really try to pick the company up instead of making corny-ass jokes and not working with his commentary.
And it doesn't fit
dragging the whole show down.
It doesn't fit in this show at all because Dynamite, now there are like comedy stuff in the show, but the matches, for the most part, there's a more focus on the in-ring product. And then you got this idiot just making these stupid, corny jokes that takes away from any importance at all you're watching. They're almost never funny, and they literally just take away from the show. It really reminds me of bad WWE commentary.
This Facebook's user, he's saying Punk needs to go home and stay home.
But that's your boy Tony. I mean, honestly, I don't think you can even argue that because he's clearly he's the most money making guy in the company. He's a big reason the Collision even exists, and the network pushed for him to be on. So the idea of they'd be better off without him, I don't think you could even argue that that's true, regardless if you like him or not. Look, when I was a kid, and I'm not saying CM Punk's on the level of Hulk Hogan, I did not like Hulk Hogan. But if my personal opinion was like, I would like this show better without Hulk Hogan, I couldn't conceivably say they would be better off without Hulk Hogan. That would not be true. I hated The Ultimate Warrior, but I couldn't deny that people like The Ultimate Warrior.
Yes, that would be hard too.
I don't mind you. I actually think, because they also said Jim Ross needs to be gone. I've been saying this for a long time. His best stuff is in the main event because the one thing he'll always have is he can bring importance and drama to a big thing. Nigel can also do that. They'll say that. So I think the idea of only having Jim Ross on the main event is a good idea. But unfortunately, he was hurt this week, and I wouldn't want to put any. I don't want to knock Jim Ross this week.
If you doubt the greatness of Ian Riccaboni, I know you are a fan, but this is one of the funniest moments, and it was actually funny, unlike Taz. Nigel McGuinness was putting over Willie Mack for doing like the Tower of London, where he would kind of like stand on the turnbuckle.
Oh,
I
thought you meant
Nigel lit. That was in my repertoire back in the days, and then as soon as Nigel uttered those words, Willie Mack started gyrating his ass, and Ian was like, "I don't remember that one being in your repertoire back in the day." And I was like, that is just the funniest fucking moment I think I've ever heard. And that was on Ring of Honor. Yeah. So I love my man, Ian Riccaboni. Jim Ross, I don't know if he's pissed off one of his bookies or if his daughter or somebody's beating the hell out of him.
I'm really
How many
concerned.
black eyes has this man had?
I'm really concerned, not even joking, because he said, okay, if you fall once, maybe you hit your eye and get... Now, if he's falling all the time, that's very sad, and older people can do that. But why is he always falling on his eye? That's very odd. I honestly, I don't want to, all legend stuff, but I am concerned there is something going on.
I'm a little concerned because it's way too many times. I mean, this is like the third time.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I want him to hurt his leg or something, but you would think all these falls he would have hurt his hip, his knee. But it's always as he falls on his eye.
Yeah, that doesn't add up. I'm not buying it either. I hope he's in a good situation. I mean, I hope it's not anything like that, and it really is just a coincidence. But it doesn't seem like that could be the case. I mean, but I hope he gets better soon. I mean, his voice was definitely shaken. During the show, it was definitely very hoarse. I mean, but I for one, I don't think Jim Ross is enjoying what he's watching, and he can't put it over.
I think he would have this show. I think he definitely would have this main event. And also, I caught Rampage this week, and I thought it was one of the best Rampages I'd seen. I haven't seen Rampage.
Rampage was great.
That was so fun.
They gave away pay-per-view quality match.
I agree. I couldn't believe it when I went on our Facebook group and someone was going nuts saying it was the worst match in the history of wrestling, and anyone who likes it, they should jump off a bridge. And I was like, oh man, this must have been the shit. So, and I was planning on going to Boston that day, but it was raining, so I stayed home. And so I was like, well, I'm going to watch this Rampage. And I got to the match we were talking about, which was the mixed tag with Aubrey Edwards and the Briscoes, Mark Briscoe and Papa Briscoe versus Jarrett's group. And I absolutely loved it. I thought it was it was super entertaining, very fun. And it also, not only was it a comedy and stuff, it told a story, and all the bad guys got their comeuppance. So all the heroes got one over on all the bad guys. It was like classic wrestling.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great, and I can understand how the person said he had problems with Karen being in it, but they didn't have him in the match very long. No, and they used him very well.
I like this whole
group. They're very good.
It's one of my. I think it's the most entertaining Jarrett's been. I think it's the most entertaining Sanjay Dutt's ever been.
Yeah, so I disagree. I mean, now if Karen was out there with Audrey and she was wrestling the whole match, all right, I understand that probably would be bad, but they utilized them perfectly. I thought I didn't have any issues with it. I really enjoyed it. It was very entertaining, especially for a Rampage. I don't know if this was Rampage's swan song, because I mean I can't imagine they're going to keep up Rampage. Having Collision on Saturday, the very next day.
Yeah, I think they are, but yeah, I agree. I think they should probably use it for something else, but it's probably like contract things that they can't.
See, I think the Bruce Briscoe, I think the BB in his name means biggest bitch.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. He's just trying to hide. That's what everybody calls him. Biggest bitch, Bruce Briscoe.
You're saying that on the man's birthday.
Happy birthday, you big bitch. No, happy birthday, for real. That comes from the heart. I really mean it sincerely.
Whoa, get that one off there. I didn't see that. I'm sorry. If the Bucks show up on Dynamite tomorrow, then I believe they're on the same page. I say keep everyone separated for now and have them take small jabs at each other first, then start to get more, because now it was like vague. You kind of have to be in on it to know what he's talking about. Do that for a little while. Start to amp it up, and then don't do it right away. Build it up, and then down the road, boom, you've got a money match.
I'm definitely
money feud, not just one match.
Curious to see what happens on Dynamite tomorrow, because if the Bucks come out and make reference to the CM Punk thing, I don't see how they can't.
Yeah,
I mean, then you definitely know they're working.
This is good. It makes I mean, I like the show anyway, but it does make you more interested. Like, I got to tune in now and see if they what they say in rebuttal.
Mm-hmm.
So I still am against the idea of doing a brand split. But if you do have Punk and the Elite on two different shows, it does keep you wanting to watch both to see how they go back at each other. And then eventually, though, you have to, do it together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and honestly, just the look of that show, it looked different than Dynamite, and I like Dynamite, but it looked different. It really looked, it looked like a big league show.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd was super hot. Into everything, which is always a big plus. The Punk promo I thought was great. I mean, even people don't really like Punk. I don't think anyone's gonna say like that was a bad, promo.
No, and it was a great look for the show, and I like the introduction, the new track that they had.
Yeah.
Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting.
Yeah. Now see that's a classic song people know, and it's fitting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like when
now
they
can't move the show anywhere else.
That's very true. Well, then you just get a different song, but like,
I love it.
There's
Elton
been
John classic.
WWE's used classic songs, and like "Beautiful People" by Marilyn Manson. Maybe not classic at the time, but still was like mainstream song. But like that never even fit to wrestling to me. Like Marilyn Manson's like this dark, not emo, but like a dark like dude, and like. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like it's attacking like the elites, and it's more about like you're an outsider, a weirdo, and stuff. So I didn't understand how that fit in wrestling at all. Great Balls of Fire was just so like I know that's a classic too, but it's very dated, and I not that this song's not outdated.
When did they use Great Balls of Fire? I don't remember.
On that pay-per-view, remember?
Oh, I do remember it on a pay-per-view.
It was all the whole show. The show was called Great Balls of Fire.
Excellent. But,
can you imagine? You're like, like, what was that, 40 or 50 years after the song was big? Like,
I'm still perplexed by Sledgehammer, the Peter Gabriel song for like one of the WrestleManias. It's like, I wanna be
yeah, right.
Sledgehammer. I mean, I like the song.
I did too.
Why was it on WrestleMania?
I bet probably Vince probably just discovered the song for the first time. He's like, listen to this, pal. I was watching MTV and they listed it as the #1 video in 1985.
Good old Vince.
It was a good day. I can't wait until Ruby gets her big day.
Ruby.
That was a big. I was really surprised that Ruby and her partner lost, but it was good because it was their hometown. Sky Blue and Sky Blue's hometown, who I used to kind of dig on, but I'd say she's not good, but she's definitely improved, and the crowd's into her. So and she's hot. But even besides that, though, she's good. So and I like that they're wearing matching ring attire, which I think is good for a tag team.
Mm-hmm. Willow Nightingale, I'm a big fan of hers. I like her being around, and
since the beginning, I was really pushing for them they should get behind her because she has a natural likability, and she really connects to the crowd right away, even before they pushed her at all.
Just worked out in her favor that Mercedes Moné got hurt.
Yeah,
and he ended up taking the belt from her.
Yeah,
but I'm surprised they haven't switched the title yet. But I'm glad they are running with her. So because I think it's I think she's doing well with it. I don't think there's any issues with it.
Claudia Sledgehammer song on the Indies.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. He used to come out with the suit made of money, and
really
Sledgehammer too. Yeah, that's when he had long hair. That was back in the Kings of Wrestling days, and maybe a little bit before that. I used to see him on Chikara.
I'm logged into the wrong. We're live on YouTube right now, but I'm logged into the wrong one, so I can't pull up our Headyverse members. But a shout out to the Headyverse members here. All you got to do, you click the join button, and you'll get cool perks. Like you'll get little 8-bit emojis. If you go to the next tier, you're going to get classic, unedited episodes of the original In Your Head podcast, and those are not available anywhere else. Maybe if you seek around, maybe you can find them. But they're also remastered, very cleaned up audio-wise. I don't mean I clean out the words. I mean it's cleaned up. You can hear them better. The only thing that is taken out is music. The original theme is in it, but not like any copyright music.
Yeah.
So we just the first 5 episodes are up now, which includes our first interview, which was C.W. Anderson that just went up yesterday. So hopefully I can remember everyone. Vic Schiavone, Simply Ravishing, Steven Simmons, Mikey B, the big Mike Bessela, Travis Sandow, AJ Santino's World. El Santos World, I'm sorry. El Santos World. Yeah, there he is in the chat. El Santos World. And I know I'm missing Bruce's Ghost. Boom. There we go.
Bam. Thank you.
So help us out. It helps covers the cost of doing the show, and you'll get a shout out and a bunch of other stuff here for thanking. And an extra thanks to Bruce's Ghost and El Santos World because they are official producers here of the Headyverse.
Lexar wants to know, does that include the Piss in Your Face song? Is that edited out?
No, that's on there by itself. Boom! New member! Raider Dre, our boy! Raider Dre! Yeah! Raider! He's a good man. Damn. Thank you. We appreciate this. All right, Inchman. So what else happened on Collision? Or Dynamite? I thought it was a really great week all around for AEW. Oh, we had the return of Miro, which I'm a huge fan of Miro, the wrestler and everything. I'm not a big fan of how he, was, not coming there. I mean, who knows what is all true and whatnot, but I'm glad that he's back because I am a huge fan of him on TV.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's back, and I want to see him, participating and having a good storyline. And I know that, AEW may have had some issues with, storylines and letting guys fall to the wayside, but they have a booking crew going on now.
Yeah, so it seems like they're adding a lot of people, and I'm happy about this.
And it could help with the overall creative, and I think they are getting some good people to help out. So
I agree 100%. And I saw that one guy that they're talking about, and I'm not necessarily ever been a big fan of him as a wrestler, but I'm very happy that this guy potentially be one of them is Chris Hero, because he's also one of those guys from that era that really kind of built. He was a little bit after the first core guys in Ring of Honor, but one of the big indie guys, Chris Hero, and another guy that never got the platform to get a big run anywhere on TV. And so either in ring, I don't know if he's going to wrestle or not, but I think that's a good guy to bring in to even do work on creative, because I do like him in interviews, which I know he doesn't do a lot, but I saw him on some stuff with Meltzer on I forget the website. I'm sorry, but he's a huge wrestling fan, and he's so I think that's a fitting guy. And also I'm happy to see a guy make some money, who really gave, his all to wrestling the last 20 years.
I heard Jimmy Jacobs as well, so he's like a producer, isn't he not? Or
yeah. Another great pickup, because and that's a guy that Jericho has always put over on his last big run in WWE as the guy that helped write the best stuff for him, the stuff with him and Kevin Owens.
So I know Stokely was involved with some of it. I think it wasn't, and Jerry Lynn and Brian Danielson.
Danielson, I think, is a really good choice too.
Yeah, I think Danielson will do very well.
I think the Biter's still actually involved too.
Ace Steel.
Yeah, but he can't. I don't think he can be there, but he's like doing it remotely.
They got even a Hannibal Lecter mask when they call him.
That would be sweet. Yeah,
he's like, no, I think this guy should be putting this guy over. And
I had a focus.
Yeah, there it goes.
So
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Buddy Matthews or El Idolo. I am a fan of Buddy Matthews in the ring, I'll be honest, but I don't like the name. I don't think he fits in the group. He needs some kind of... But this match was awesome, though. I will freely admit. And I went in not really interested in either guy, but it's like they both really had something to prove, I think, out there. This probably the best Andrade match I've seen in AEW. He really seemed like he cared to showcase himself out there.
Well, he's been out for a while, and now he's back, and so hopefully he's happy and he wants to go. Maybe he's got wind that WWE doesn't want him back. I don't know. But...
Yeah, but he's honestly, everyone on this show seemed very motivated. The Acclaim, were out there, which I was happy. I'm a big Acclaim fan. We had I forgot Wardlow versus Luchasaurus. I was very surprised to see Luchasaurus win the title.
Yeah, that was a shocker.
But I think they probably wanted a title switch on the first Collision.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I kind of like. Someone said that Wardlow's the transitional champion, but I don't think that's correct. I think everyone else is the transitional champion back to Wardlow. But I kind of like, at first I was like, I don't know about this, but then I kind of like that he keeps winning the belt because it builds up he's always fighting real big guys and it puts them as equals. If one might win one week, one might win the next week. So the title goes back and forth. I kind of like it.
I do like the storyline that's brewing with Christian being the guy who was holding up the belt and kind of acting like it was his own belt after.
Yeah. He's a great manager.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how that, how that storyline goes.
He's great in that role. It's kind of a role I grew up. They had people like that. Piper was really that kind of role where he was a sort of a manager, but would also wrestle. You know what I mean? And you don't really see that too much anymore. So, but it really works for Christian, and it also helps protect his body, not having to wrestle, all the time. And he really adds a lot, I think. I think Luchasaurus has a great look. I think he's actually improved in the ring. I think he's taken some of the criticism about all the leg slaps. He doesn't do that nearly as much.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do as much lucha stuff, but so he works more of a big man style, which I think is more fitting for him. And I do think they need a name change because I think a serious heel can't be called Luchasaurus. Or really a serious wrestler can't be called Luchasaurus.
He'd probably be open to it because he didn't go by that when he was in Lucha Underground. He went by a different name in Lucha Underground. So he'd probably be game. Maybe Christian can say, now that you have a belt, we need to change it up some. Give you a new name. That could happen.
So we had the main event.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of all, 6 guys as wrestlers. The FTR sometimes gets on my nerves when they're online complaining about stuff. But as a wrestler's big fan, and FTR and Punk versus Samoa Joe, Jay White, Juice Robinson, it was really even nice to see Samoa Joe and Punk, in the ring together for the first time in like almost 20 years.
I enjoyed seeing that.
That's really cool. I like I had mentioned earlier, the idea of all these guys that, paid their dues, really built the foundation of modern wrestling. Because the ring, you look around the wrestling, not everyone, but the majority of guys that are on top the last few years came through like Ring of Honor. And really the style is what we saw in there. So to see these guys, and it's probably their last run anywhere, CM Punk and Samoa Joe, or at least their last big run. And so I really liked that. I thought it was, it's like an emotional thing. It's cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed seeing it. Definitely they're playing on that when they had them face off in the ring and everything. So the fans know that they had a huge feud back in the days, and I'm looking forward to seeing some more because I do think some more is down the pike here with Samoa Joe and CM Punk. But I liked Juice Robinson and Jay White in the mix.
I agree 100%. So when they brought Jay White in, I really thought, you could put this guy right in the main event as a single guy. But the thing is, they have so many guys there right now.
Mm-hmm.
And in AEW, being in a tag team is not like, oh, you're just a tag team guy, because they'll main event shows with the tag belts. They're important. So if Jay White and Juice Robinson are a team for a long time, that's not like a negative, because that would be main event stuff, them versus FTR, or more 6-man stuff like this. So that's good. And I'd like to see a big feud, FTR versus Jay White and Robinson for the titles.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see Jay White and Juice Robinson win the titles.
That would be fine by me. I would enjoy it.
And I think you got to agree, Juice Robinson has won you over.
I think he has. I kind of like this role of him being, with Jay White and being a kind of a lackey in a sense, but I just like his crazy persona. I don't know if he's necessarily a top guy in my book.
No, I don't, probably not, but a great tag team guy with this.
Yeah, definitely a great tag team dude.
Or even if keep them together, it's like Arn Anderson to Ric Flair kind of thing, something along those lines.
But yeah, I definitely see Jay White as being the star of the group.
Oh yeah, he's got the charisma, the promo and stuff. But together, a really, really solid tag team.
I think if they wanted to work into like Punk with Jay White, a feud going between those guys, I think that could be something, a nice mesh of like younger talent versus the veterans, and I think that would be good stuff. Yeah,
we open up a lot of like potential stuff here, and I like that Punk brought out the title. I heard Dave and Brian talk about too many people wanting the title. You can never have too many people want the title. Honestly, I remember always what Stone Cold said, Steve Austin, if you're not here to win the title, why are you here? Everyone in the company should want to win the world title. So you can't have too many people wanting the world title. And so, and he never lost the title. And there was never a TV reason given why he was stripped of the title. So he comes back. He's not lost the title. If he didn't even mention it, I think it would be kind of strange, especially if you only watch a show and never followed the stuff on the internet. You're like, well, last time I remember he was champ, then he was gone. Why isn't he talking about, going for the title? At least, but he has it because he never lost it. So I like that. And that's huge for MJF if you do MJF versus Punk now. Yeah. I'd be an advocate of MJF beating Punk. Even though I'm a huge Punk fan, I think it's MJF's time, and I would not take the title off of him. A big win like that, because I really like the 4-way, but none of those guys were bigger than MJF. So MJF beating Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, and Sammy Guevara, while the match was really good, it was kind of like 4 guys all on the same level, sort of. MJF's probably bigger than all those guys. But if MJF beats a legit top guy that's been a top guy for over a decade, like the last 20 years, in every promotion he's ever been in, that really helps him out.
Yeah.
And the promos will be off the charts.
Most definitely. And we didn't get to see that because everything kind of came down whenever that feud was beginning. So definitely want to see some more of that.
Yeah, I even heard Dave was he seemed upset about Punk's line about MJF saying he was in the best dog collar match, and then Punk's like, but I won that dog collar match. I'm like, what does he want Punk to do? Just come out there and say, I suck and everyone's better? I mean, that would be the lamest thing. And that's what you should say, honestly. Like, great, that match was great, but you didn't even win it. I won it.
I mean, it's a work thing, I mean, it's like,
if two legit, okay, let's say the 2 teams in the Super Bowl, and the losing team said, well, I was in the greatest Super Bowl game of all time, but they didn't win it, you'd be like, well, I guess that's cool. But the team that won is a much bigger deal. We won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Or if I was in the greatest heavyweight title fight, but I lost, that's you were the loser. So saying you're in the best dog collar match, it's more of a kayfabe thing, really, than what he should be saying as a guy on TV, because then you're kind of talking about the match quality as opposed to winning and losing. But that's nitpicking. But I liked what Punk said.
Mhm. Most definitely.
It has me excited for the see where this goes. I saw some people say, including Alvarez and Meltzer, that there wasn't enough angles on the show, but I don't think you need like just nonstop angles. This was kind of the debut of the show. Now, if they never have angles going forward, whatever, but I think it was kind of to establish the players of Collision. You know, you've got Miro, Punk, FTR.
Yeah.
You know, these are certain guys that are going to be here. We got returns of a lot of people, so I thought it was probably good not to go overboard, especially when you have the Forbidden Door coming up. So they're kind of probably going to focus more on that as the pay-per-view.
Yeah, you definitely want to set up for Forbidden Door because that you know, that's the new pay-per-view that's about to happen. So, like you say, I do think it is this is the first show. They want to set up the players and then go from there. I do think there will be some angles run, so I don't think you need to worry about that. Are you happy with the pairing of Orange Cassidy, Sting, and Darby Allin?
Yes. Yeah, I like it. I'm a huge Orange Cassidy fan. I love Sting and Darby. And I think they're really building up to something at Wembley with those three.
Mm-hmm. I kind of just the best friends have kind of been pushed aside though, and it just doesn't seem right with that. They didn't really tie up that storyline.
I kind of think it's a short-lived thing where they're building up to some type of 6-man match with those three versus someone else, and then maybe after that he'll be back with the best friend. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel it'll probably go.
Now we've heard some rumors that Kinto wants to face CM Punk at the Forbidden Door, and we've heard things saying that CM Punk doesn't necessarily want to do it, or I don't know if that's just
I'm not saying he does or doesn't, but it's hard to know honestly with any of this stuff online because one person will say something and every website will run with it, and if I've not really seen where he said it, I don't know how much truth there is to it.
Could that be an unadvertised match that actually happens on Forbidden Door?
I don't think you would do an unadvertised match with Punk
especially one that would be that big.
Yeah. Coming off the injury, maybe, because if they do that match, it's gonna be very physical. I think. I'm not really a big Kenta fan, honestly. But
I'm not huge on Kenta, but I do think he owes it to him.
No, and I think it's a big match because it's the battle of the. It's a match that fans want to see, especially fans of AEW and New Japan, so they know the backstory already. And you've got the idea of the GTS versus GTS, so I like it.
And anytime either one of them would go for it, it'd get the crowd into it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. That would be a finisher that would be like, oh, who's going to get it?
Yeah. I think it's almost too short of a time to build to it.
Mm-hmm.
If you just announce it one day before the show, like they just announced it on Collision. You wouldn't even have to be on Forbidden Door. If you do that match, it could be on any of the pay-per-views.
So we're going to have Kenny Omega taking on Will Ospreay for this. Is this the
Forbidden Door is like really stacked.
Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be a great match because they did some great stuff in New Japan. So this one will be for AEW then, and it should be really great.
Yeah, that whole show. I know they haven't announced all the matches, but it's really stacked. Let me grab. I know Nikhil, I believe, will probably ask this, but let's go over them right now, quick.
So we're answering your question now.
It was funny. It's funny how people really get worked by some of this stuff, like MJF. Whenever he says it's on AEW television, so I don't want to ruin people's enjoyment or whatever. But I've seen people say, "Oh, he's right about he doesn't want to wrestle these guys from Japan. He should just leave and go to WWE." It's like, do you really think everything he says on TV in character is like his real thoughts? Like,
no, yeah,
he was in character for this. I don't know. But I like it. So MJF versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the AEW World Championship.
There's no way he's just blowing off Tanahashi. Like
no.
He's not just going to not show up. I mean, that was just a line for the show. I mean, it was funny. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. That I'm really looking forward to that. MJF, I'm a huge fan of. Tanahashi's great. So
he had his teeth knocked out recently, and I think he has had like some implants put in or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, his whole teeth. He was like Mark Briscoe. I mean, his whole front. There's even a picture with the two of them together, kind of smiling. I was like, oh, poor Tanahashi. I mean, this isn't a good look for him, you know. But he did. I think he has had them repaired, or he has a partial or something. So.
Sonata versus Jungle Boy. I was kind of surprised that they picked Jungle Boy, but then after I was looking at the card, they have so many other top guys in other matches, and it is probably helpful for Jungle Boy to be involved in the show in a singles match.
Yeah. So I haven't watched New Japan, so I didn't know Sonata was still with Naito or not, and I wasn't. I'm not too up on the storylines there. I don't have the New Japan World, but
it's not listed here. But it did also look like Orange Cassidy's going to be wrestling Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, I know. I think they've made some mentions of Zack Sabre Jr. on
Yeah,
like
they
he's
had
been on
they
ROH, and I think there has been some mentions of.
And they had some interaction on the show.
Yeah,
so I'm pretty sure that'll happen. I think they'll probably announce it this week. Bryan Danielson versus Okada. I mean, that's going to be awesome.
That's going to be great. Yeah.
It's hard to say which match really going to take the show. The MJF match will be a different kind of match because MJF, is a different kind of wrestler, which I like. I like, you're going to see some different things on the show.
I think Punk's just scared to get on the same card as the wrestling god and be outshone with the match between Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega.
That's going to fantastic.
I think
these guys work so well together. Will Ospreay. I'd heard a lot about him, and then when I finally saw him, I was like, oh, I see why. Like, why they talk so much about him. That's going to be like that. There's potentially 3 matches. 2 or 3 matches for match of the year. Probably that could be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. So this definitely looks like a stacked pay-per-view that people need to check out.
I did want to bring this up. I forgot earlier. It was about Collision, but it was after Collision went off the air. And so Lexar, did anyone see the sign CM Punk showed up on Collision? It wasn't on Collision. It was after it went off the air. But yeah, and I saw people saying, oh, this is controversial. So he held up a sign saying he was supporting LGBTQ youth rights. And then he had a promo, which I thought was really emotional and I don't know why it's controversial to be for someone's right to be themselves. I think that's very questionable. Why you would think that would be controversial? So I'm all in favor of what Punk said and the idea of people being for someone's right to be who they are.
Yeah, for sure.
That's American way. To be, the right to pursuit of happiness. All right, so that was really, really, really powerful, really great shows, I thought. So I'm looking forward to what's happening this week.
Most definitely, we'll find out tomorrow. I know they do. Well, I don't even want to bring that up. There was some stuff mentioned on Raw, and but
what was that?
Well, it's just something that's probably happening. Well, it's
real quick too, now. MJF and Adam Cole. I thought that match was great. And in the time limit, it really got me. I didn't expect it. I really liked that match too. Mm-hmm. Really, I don't think there was really a bad match this week on Dynamite. It was all good stuff. Jake Hager is not my favorite, but so you want to wait for the Raw report? Is what you're saying? I
think we better wait for the Raw report.
I thought maybe.
It's probably the match is going on right now, but it was Braun Breaker taking on Seth Rollins. So,
Oh, really?
on NXT. So they did have a big NXT card tonight. It was something called Gold Rush or something. But I don't watch NXT. I watch enough wrestling as it is. But I would say that does sound like a neat match. They actually had the champion coming on to face Braun Breaker. So
I saw, and I don't want to go. I did see, what's the guy's name? All right, we'll get to it when we get to the thing. But I did want to say NXT. So I'd mention all the time, like, it was legit the hot WWE brand for a while.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the most watched or anything, but it had the most buzz. Mm-hmm. And it was one that I would go out of my way to watch. And I would definitely go out of my way to watch all their pay-per-views because I thought they were the best pay-per-views going, the special events, the takeover shows. Mm-hmm. And then we all know what happened. Vince comes in and totally dismantles NXT 2.0, and they go back in time and make it a developmental territory. Yeah. And then fans who are brainwashed just say, well, that's what it always was, when it clearly wasn't. And so now the idea is to go, they've been talking in interviews stuff, it's going to be its own brand again, which is all great, but you can't keep, it's like the brand split. You can't keep going back and forth. You can't be, now it's developmental. Okay, now it's just its own cool brand. Now it's developmental again. Now it's a brand again. It's like, you can't go back and forth. You got to have one direction. I almost think they really should have two NXTs. One that's just not televised, that is developmental. And then the televised one, which is, you have some guys that you hope will go to the other ones, but it's also like the cool indie guys, for lack of a better word. The guys that are great wrestlers and will shine there, and that fan base will like them, but maybe aren't going to work on Raw.
I don't think they can take from those pools, though, anymore, because
right.
AEW.
Yeah.
And I think AEW's picked up a lot of those guys. And it's just like they've never recovered from the 2.0 stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Vince really delivered a blow to NXT and just
I really feel bad for, Triple H and, everyone that was involved there. And think about it. It was all done out of spite, but spite of the companies you own. So imagine you own all these, and you're like, I don't want this one company that I own to outshine these other companies I own. It's not even other companies. I don't want this other, brand to be cool.
Some of these new people that they're bringing up from it, this new iteration of NXT, I am like, oh my God. I do not like these people like Alba Fire and the Pretty Deadly group. The Pretty Deadly group is just like, oh, Jesus, I just don't want to see this. Put Cody Rhodes on or something. This is bad. That's how that group is just like, ugh. It's like go away heat, not like just heat. So I'm not a fan of these new people that have been brought up so far. Bronson Reed, I'm not a fan of his. I think he was around for a little bit of the normal NXT, but bad times. But yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing what the Bucks have to say tomorrow, if they even say anything at all. Looking forward to if Omega has anything to say. I like that he made the run out at the end to help out the Bucks at the end of Dynamite. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I like all the run-ins at the end of Dynamite. It was hectic and it was exciting.
Eddie made his return to AEW television after he quit AEW television and went to Ring of Honor. Mm-hmm. That guy can't make up his mind, but it's good that he's back, I guess. So
yeah, I'm a fan of his. So
Shawn Michaels is running NXT now, according to Mighty Lexar. So that's probably the case. They all do seem like a Shawn Michaels product, which I think only Shawn Michaels can do Shawn Michaels. Like, I don't think Pretty Deadly is going to live up to the Shawn Michaels vision. Pretty Deadly is terrible. Can't wait till they're done with those guys and switch them to something because they're awful.
All right. So you want to try to take some of these people?
There's the callers, what do we call them now? The talk to the in your head faithful. Can we use that?
Yeah. All right. I'm trying to sign into YouTube. It's giving me I don't know what's going on here.
What's with this YouTube?
I don't know. It's being a pain in the ass. They're like, I guess they just think I'm like, I don't know. They think I'm like pretending to be me or something.
Sometimes you are pretending to be you.
Yeah,
They've got you pegged.
I use this same laptop every show. Like, why would it all of a sudden they think it's someone else?
Was your username CM Cuck? Did you put that in as your username?
No. We are not going back to Zoom. This is the new setup is far superior in every way. There's actually not one thing that I think is better on the Zoom. Not anything. Not anything at all. This looks better. It records at a higher quality. It records a faster pace. We can do videos. Everything we can stream off several websites. It's far less glitchy. You don't see us, zipping in and out. It's web-based, so you don't have to worry if your internet's a little bad. It's far superior in every way. All right. So video in and talk wrestle.
Yeah. Can't wait to talk some wrestling with everybody. But I did not watch all of Ring of Honor. I do need to finish Ring of Honor.
All right.
I watched pretty much everything else. I watched SmackDown. You had the big turn from Jey Uso. He joined up with Jimmy. He's going with his brother. He's not going with the bloodline. So now it's just Roman, Solo, and the wise man, Paul Heyman. So I'm assuming that they're going to carry on with that group. But maybe they'll add somebody to it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what they do on SmackDown. But good stuff.
All right. I'm sorry if I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to get this code to Zoom to log in. No, I'm gonna fucking whoop your ass. What do you think about that, fucking bitch? Oh, I bitch, gonna fucking whoop your ass. Ah! Oh my god.
It's not working.
No, now it's asking me to if I want to do all this stupid bullshit. Add a screen lock to your Nord, and I don't want to add all this shit. I just want to log in.
Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting was a great choice and not an obvious one.
I agree. All right. Let's see here. We got Zilla? What is he talking about? Zilla what?
Zilla? I don't know what is it. Is that the cash thing or whatever? Or is that Zillow? I don't know. Oh, don't show that, Lexar. We can't show that.
Yeah, we don't want to see this video on the show.
Stills, maybe.
Finally.
We don't want things taken down. How are you doing tonight, Lexar?
Just saw Seth Rollins successfully defend his World Heavyweight Championship against Braun Breaker, and he's then there on the ramp holding his title.
Mm-hmm.
He's holding his title.
So
and he got sneak attacked by Finn Balor.
Finn Balor!
Excellent.
So not only, let's see here. Yes. So Raider Dre, who signed up earlier for a member of the Headyverse, because of him signing up, later tonight, I can't do it right now on this side. I have to do it on my computer. The Pallbearer 8-bit will be unlocked. So for all members of the Headyverse, you'll be able to use the Pallbearer 8-bit while you're in the YouTube chat.
Excellent.
It's very fun.
Zilla is Omaga's son, according to
Oh,
Pepe.
interesting.
Yeah.
JoJo Brown, is Lexar still rocking a tube television?
Mm-hmm. I had mine on earlier when Jack was calling me because I was testing out a game here.
Yeah, I logged on to the video and Incher was turning his back and I just saw him rocking up and down. And then he's, oh, I was like, what the fuck's going on? And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just playing some Pac-Man.
It wasn't Pac-Man, but it was a game that I think everybody would be familiar with here on the show.
Hubert? Oh, yeah, WCW NWO, yeah.
You remember those guys? You remember that guy when he was good? When he was actually the
I
Giant?
honestly believe that's the only
You
time
remember that guy?
Yeah, Captain Insano.
Then he went to WWE and immediately gets beat by Austin. And then talk about Cox, because then he would do interviews, talk about, you know, like he was happy to just be like an idiot and cry on TV and wear diapers and stuff.
WCW used him so much better. I don't see how he can't see that.
Well, look, what's a better debut? You beat Hulk Hogan or you lose to anybody on TV.
Just nonstop losing.
Good Lord.
His promos were terrible back then, too. They were horrible.
Yeah, I mean, he's never a good promo guy.
No.
The Dungeon of Doom. Steven Simmons is currently playing WrestleMania 2000 on the Retro Box. I don't know what that is.
I do not have a Retro Box.
Man, are you jealous, Incher?
Very jealous. What is
you gonna whoop his ass?
Is that for one of those like ROM things, maybe? Like you have a bunch of ROMs, like probably sounds like it. I've never heard of this.
I want one of those.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a ROM thing. It's $27, and it's got some PlayStation 2 controllers. Like, yeah, let's see if I can get a picture of it. Yeah, I don't know if I could support this product because it is.
Soon it'll just be all AI. You think they'll make video? They probably will be able to make video games with AI pretty soon.
Maybe
some guy will just sit around and say, "Look, come make a video game, do this," and you just hit a button and it just it makes it.
It's not going to be very quality products going forward. I know they got on a company Evercade for using Duke Nukem. They had an AI generated the artist that they commissioned. He generated some graphics with the AI, and people instantly noticed and got on their case, and they had to like.
Yeah, this is just the beginning days. Everything will be done AI, and then AI will take over humanity.
It's about to happen.
Yeah. I don't think we're honestly. I think we're in our lifetime we will see this.
Vic, you're not AI, are you?
What?
You're not AI, are you? You're not like AI generated. Oh,
no.
Just making sure.
Nah, look at that background on Vic Schiavone. Hey-ya!
The man of the week.
Yeah, I agree.
I've heard if you ask an AI generated figure if they're AI, they have to tell you, and if they don't, that's entrapment.
Damn! Look at this. We've got like the solitaire bot, and he's just like, I for one welcome our AI overlords. As soon as you even mention it, this like AI bot just comes in. What the hell's happening?
Conform.
Just watch Terminator a whole bunch of times. We'll be all right after that.
Yeah, I don't know. People in Terminator didn't fare so well. They were even getting their ass kicked.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It had to kill itself for us to be safe. That's scary.
What feud do you throw Punk into? MJF for the title right now. That's what I would do.
I think the Samoa Joe one is pretty cool. So.
No, that's a good one too. Gosh, I hope I'm a bot. My groceries would be so much cheaper. Just what a bot would say, pretending to be human.
God.
What is on your mind, Lexi, Flexi, Sexy, Wexy? Lexa! Hell yeah, he's all pumped up!
Mm-hmm.
You ready to
Pumped up
pound
for
some
that.
ass? Boom! Ah! Yeah!
Max stripper ass.
Whoa!
Anyway, I want to get your thoughts on Stone Cold Takes on America. I haven't seen an episode.
I haven't watched one episode. I don't think Stone Cold's very good as like a personality outside of professional wrestling. Like anything he does outside of professional wrestling, it just doesn't seem to work. At least for me. Like I think he did all right on some movies. I mean, but he really was. I mean, there really wasn't a whole lot of roles that he could play outside of just guy who's a badass and a rebel. You know, I can't see him as like being the caring father or like just like real sensitive roles. So I guess they could try it. Maybe that's the movie you should make where Stone Cold's like the caring father. That's like like put him in a new. Like make a My Girl with Stone Cold as the dad instead of.
Oh, I thought he was the little kid who gets killed with bees.
Well, you could do that too. I mean, you could mix it all together and just.
They need a Stone Cold Rock buddy comedy.
Oh my God! I'm getting stung by bees there. Oh, it hurts, and I'm dying. Oh,
a buddy comedy with The Rock. Yeah, because Rock, he's fallen in. He's had a lot of failures the last few years now. XFL, who would have thought it? Who would have ever guessed that the great XFL, because it has such an amazing track record, that it would have lost money? Who could have ever foreseen such a thing?
I bet Vince still laughs. He just can't stop laughing whenever he hears that he got The Rock to buy the company. He was just like, he's like, can't believe he bought that one, pal.
Yeah, he got his contract back, like basically.
Black
all the
Adam.
shit that he paid him before, he just got it back.
Black Adam, didn't do well. And
Yeah, I
now,
hear that one. Like, does anybody even know Black Adam? Like, outside of I've never heard of Black Adam.
but I will say I didn't know Guardians of the Galaxy either, huge hit and stuff. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But I did go see a movie and it was not good.
Yeah.
Look at that. Bruce loves Black Adam.
Yeah, because it's $1 on clearance.
Can't beat a shirt for $1.
I know, that's why I bought it.
I forgot. I wanted to take a picture. I was at a closed out place, and they literally had a whole it was like a whole display. It must have been like 50. It was all these Black Adam the pops, and it was all just Rock. It must have been. It's like 50 of them, and they were like $3 or something. I was like, good Lord.
Nobody knows the character Black Adam in the first place. Like.
Yeah,
that doesn't always matter, though. Like I said, Guardians of the Galaxy, no one knew those guys either, but huge success.
Yeah.
Also, the movie was great, though.
Guardians of the Galaxy, though. I've heard of them before.
I really don't think hardly anyone knew them.
But I never was too familiar with them. But I do think I had a friend who did mention Guardians of the Galaxy to me. But Black Adam, isn't he? Is he like a villain to?
Shazam, I think.
Shazam, that's what I'm thinking of.
Doesn't he shrink? Is that his I thought he shrank.
I don't know.
I don't know anything about him either. I saw the movie. It wasn't a good movie. And Rock was, I think Rock was miscast or misplayed it because Rock's strength is he's charismatic and funny, and he plays him very somber and like stoic, and that's not really what you want to see from The Rock.
No. Yeah, so sorry, that sucks for The Rock that he's had some big failures recently.
XFL was definitely a bad bet. Even using 2020 as a reason for its failure doesn't work. I agree. I mean, the original XFL was one of the. It used to be on these things like the biggest bombs ever in TV and stuff, and it would be like #1 all the time. It was the name itself is a joke. The idea of doing another football league has some merit, but why use a name that is just covered? People either just ridicule it or failure. You'd be better off just to create a whole new name.
Yeah, you would.
True.
Made no sense.
True.
And then now with the USFL, which actually is partnered with the NFL, so they get advertisement there, you're the third-rate football league, and NFL, I mean, it's not even really any comparison. But then, so you've got to make a whole league of players that can't make it to the NFL or the USFL. So you've got like really low-end guys.
Yeah.
And if anyone would ever do well, an NFL team would be like, oh, we'll get this guy. Who in their right mind would be like, oh, no, I'm going to play for the Memphis Maniacs and not go and play for the Rams or something. I mean, no one would do this. I know the Maniacs aren't a team anymore, but they were. That's another thing. They brought it back, but they didn't even bring back the actual teams.
Yeah, I mean, what are you buying at that point?
A failing name, a name that everyone just thinks is terrible. They're like, XFL, even the extreme football is like so outdated because that's a very like 90s thing or early 2000s. Like, this is so extreme. I think even when XFL used it, it was starting to be more of like an outdated term.
Yeah, it was too much back then. I don't know.
Yeah, like, oh, where's my Smash Mouth football? And there was nothing extreme about it. It's not like they went out there with like Road Warrior pads with big spikes on them or something.
Well, they were like big segments with like the cheerleaders, just like whole big segments with them like dancing and like
yeah.
It's like football players like cheerleaders, but they don't want to watch it. Like they'd rather watch like a dude write on a piece of paper.
It's really more when you're there. It's something in between, like stuff's happening. You'll go, but it's not like, you're gonna tune in the TV and just start jacking off.
Yeah, in the middle of the game, just like hold my beer.
Who would do that?
Well, even the Nitro girls were like, they weren't like a focus of Nitro. They were, just kind of there.
I was just trying to get to the Nitro girls part on that game.
Like, fuck it. Get out of here, Goldberg. Get the oh, yeah. There we go. Spice.
Wasn't like J-Lo a Spice Girl?
I don't think so. Was she?
J-Lo was she was worked on In Living Color.
Yeah.
You can do what you want to do in Living Color.
It's like similar tier of dancers.
Why have they they made a bunch. Now, some have been successful, but they've also made a lot of real shit. Used to be all of them were shit. Movies based on Saturday Night Live characters. Then they like got Wayne's World and stuff. But why has there never been any movies off any of the characters?
You're not exactly the person to grade those. You're not exactly fair.
Well, they were failures because they didn't make money.
I mean, they
made a whole bunch that everyone hated. I don't even like Wayne's World, but I understand that it was a success.
Brothers.
That's not based off the Saturday Night Live, though.
It is.
Was it? I thought it was just carry. Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, there was like 2 decades of horrendous films. It's Pat the movie. Are you a big fan of It's Pat the movie?
I like the Stuart Little movie. I think that's a good one. I like.
You like the Coneheads movie?
I like that.
Coneheads is all right.
It sucks.
It's not like a great film, but I think it was all right.
It sucked.
No, come on.
I just like the character.
Blues Brothers is one of my all-time favorites.
No, I'll give you Blues Brothers. But there was a lot of real shit. I know you love Pat the movie and stuff. Why haven't they even tried a movie off any of the two snaps up in a circle the movie?
Hell yeah.
No. Homie the Clown should have been a movie.
Homie, don't play that the movie.
They're like the homeless guy who carries.
I got a song. You want to hear it? Here it goes. The movie.
Firebreaker Bill.
Firebreaker Bill, the movie. They could bring back Firebreaker Chip.
I made sure I thought that.
Why didn't they try
That's a
any of
good
these, as
character.
I'm saying? Well, he's
Yeah.
like a big star. But some of those bums, they never did anything after that. David Alan Greer, what the hell's he doing? He's like, let's make a goddamn movie off one of these characters.
He was in Jumanji.
Yeah, well, he's not the star of Jumanji. Was he like an extra?
I'm trying to think of yeah. Well, he was like the cop in it, wasn't he? I'm trying to think of what else.
This could be his role where he's the lead.
Jobs, I'm disappointed in you. All SNL movies.
I agree, Jobs.
I don't agree. I think there are some good ones. I mean, Blues Brothers alone disproves that comment. I think Blues Brothers is very good.
Night at the Roxbury. That's a good one.
I haven't seen that one, but
It's good.
I think the Stuart Little one's fun. And what else is based on? What did
Stuart?
Adam
Yeah.
Sandler didn't
That
really
one's
carry
okay.
over one, has he? I don't think he has. I don't think there is a
Taking a piss?
carryover movie from.
Who's
I think
taking
all
a
his
piss?
movies are his original. I don't think he has one from because he had the opera singer. He doesn't have a movie. He should
It's
make an
Pat.
opera singer movie.
Superstar. The ladies'
I've never seen
man.
Or like Cajun
Oh.
Man. I like the ladies, man.
See, Bruce likes him.
He's like
See, you hate all of these movies though. You don't even want to watch any of them though. So I mean,
I used to watch every movie ever made.
You don't even watch Saturday Night Live though. You
No, I
don't-
think Saturday Night Live sucks.
I mean, it's a lot of the skits are pretty crappy, but
I didn't know
it's like-
Bob Roberts was an SNL skit. I actually love Bob Roberts.
I don't.
Bob
It's
Roberts.
it's listed it's listed as the #1 SNL movie.
Bob Roberts.
Yeah, I love
I
that
know
movie.
that Tim Robbins.
Yeah, it's a great
But
movie. I didn't know it had anything.
was
Why is it listed here? I don't think it had anything
it like-
with SNL.
I don't even know this.
IMDb or
I'm
something.
gonna have to look it up.
It's
Jack is a
IMDb.
huge fan of Mad TV.
No, it fucking sucked.
I like the Kenny Rogers things on Mad TV. That's hilarious.
Most sketch comedy shows suck. Mr. Show, the best.
I love Mr. Show.
All that.
I like Kids in the Hall.
I
That's a good
actually
one.
did like In Living Color.
Run, Ronnie, Run. That's a great film. That's based
I
on-
love that.
No, I'm a big fan
yeah.
of
the
Mr.
Ronnie
Show.
Dobbs.
Yeah, the
But,
Ronnie Dobbs story, fantastic.
That's so
I
fun.
do
Ronnie
think
Dobbs
there are some
reminds
good
me of
ones.
my brother.
Well,
You
that's kinda
can't do
sad.
that on television.
Y'all
Yeah.
are brutalizing me.
You can't do
You
that on
can't.
television. No.
I love that.
Like, sorry.
I like
wasn't
that
one of them. I don't know. I think the best thing that Nickelodeon had going for it was Double Dare. That's about
Chappelle
it.
Show, yeah, that's a good sketch show. I honestly don't think it's the best, but I do think it was good.
I like Kids in the Hall. Kids in the Hall was pretty fun.
I love that show.
Hmm. Who was the guys on MTV? Oh,
I know.
they had the
I never really saw Key and
$120.
Peele, so.
The
state.
$120. The
It was
state,
the
yeah.
state. I want to dip my balls in
$120
it.
with a pudding.
We always did. Oh yeah, I want to dip my balls in it. We used to say that a lot.
That's why Intra likes it. He wants to see I want to dip my balls in it, the movie.
They were
What-
funny. They were
What if
funny.
we started doing some in your head skit movies? What would we have? Boogeyman merchandise, the movie?
That one would be the
Total Friend of the Week, the movie?
No.
Now that might be a big.
That would
hit.
be a good movie, I think.
Yeah.
Lexarin, the movie.
I think Jimmy Jam, the movie, would be a good one.
Just him watching all the wrestling on television.
No, you would make it an adventure, like to get the stream daddy
It's
back.
just a guy sitting there watching wrestling for hours a day.
That's funny.
Seamus on In Your Head, the movie. That's a good one.
I thought about why like movies nowadays, like about real life, would kind of suck, is because people would be on their phone, like in the same.
Oh
room
no,
the
I
whole
agree.
time.
That's I mentioned this on Without Your Head a lot.
Like
Is
real.
I don't like movies where in movies cell phones kind of ruin movies because I don't find it interesting when someone's on a phone in their movie and they're doing stuff. And also, like all like horror movies and slasher movies and stuff, they always have to shoehorn some like stupid reason why everyone doesn't have a phone or the phones don't work. And it's almost like they go in a house and like, you got to put your phone in this box. It's like, why would anyone do this? It's stupid. Or, oh my God, there's no signal here. And a little while ago that would be reasonable, but now it's like you almost have a signal everywhere.
It really outdates your stuff too because the technology changes. So whatever.
Yeah, then otherwise you're like, this almost all old slasher movies they would just end if they were today because someone would be like, oh shit, I'm calling Billy Bob to pick me up, or I'm calling and that's no fun.
Yeah.
I read somewhere online that most movies are like shot on iPhones now.
No, I mean there are movies, but not most movies.
Most.
No.
Throw
You
away
think
your
they
camera
shot
stack.
the Avengers on the iPhone? Well, no,
Right.
this doesn't happen. This
Maybe
stuff- this
two
doesn't-
iPhones.
I mean, there's like
different shots.
they have made, but I mean, I don't know if any theatrically released movies ever been shot on an iPhone. I think there was it's not Orange, but it's something like that. It's
Michael
like
Bay
it's
movies
a
are
citrus.
all shot on iPhone.
It's a citrus movie. I forget the name, but it's nothing theatrically. Maybe some low budget stuff that people put on YouTube, but no, they're not shooting movies with like real actors on their iPhone. All right. What's on your mind, Vic Schiavone? Hey!
Well, like I said, the man of the week, CM Punk.
Me and Bruce, straight edge. I guess Inchman maybe too. Incher should love Punk. He brought straight edge to the masses.
But a close second to the close of SmackDown this week. That was
Big
that was some
surprise.
good stuff there. Where Jay finally super kicked Roman Reigns. So.
Super kick party! How come they never get shit for doing super kicks?
I don't know. They always get a pass.
So
That's cool.
Already a loaded card for Money in the Bank. You're going to add Solo and Roman versus the Usos.
Hell yeah. That's good.
And see who they're going to bring in now as the new Bloodline member to interfere. So maybe Jacob Fatu. Maybe they could get him in.
That'd be good. I like to see people do well.
So,
Logan Paul's in Money in the Bank now.
yeah, I didn't want to ruin Steven's thunder when he gets here, but
I don't know. His wife might be scolding him.
I don't know. Just because he's an internet sensation and you decide to put him in Money in the Bank, that's.
Well,
I guess
your daughter want to
trying to
watch.
sell him as a heel. That's what you would do, but.
Would Faith want to watch Money in the
Of
Bank when
course
she
she
finds
would.
out that Logan Paul is on Money in the
Of course
Bank?
she would.
Jack, did you get the update that Xfinity's not going to like foot the bill for Peacock? They're going to cancel Peacock. Like they're not going to pay for it or something. You gotta buy it yourself now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If I gotta pay money, I may just go the premium route. But sorry, but I kind of.
What is it? $5?
It was like, I guess it's 10 if you want the plus one without the commercials.
Oh, I don't mind I think about the only thing I watch on there is the WWE.
The pay-per-views. But I just thought that we brought up Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Made me think of it. But,
yeah, now they're really putting it. Imagine back in the day though, if you had the shot like, hey, You can get all these pay-per-views and every show that's ever existed for $5 a month. You'd be like, what the fuck? Now it's like, what? I got to pay $5 for this shit?
Does Peacock have like the whole network, or is it just like?
You can watch NBC shows and you know,
No, I mean
WWE.
just for the WWE stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty much everything. I mean, there's probably some stuff that they've taken off.
Because I didn't
Here's
want to
an
get it
I'm
just for like
saying
little
with
stuff.
like, so it's there's a couple movies, but it's not like the idea that all of them are just kind of stupid. But you know, it's kind of a gimmicky thing if something shot an iPhone.
Vic, are you looking forward to Money in the Bank?
I actually am. I mean, it seems like a really loaded show, but that's usually when they suck. It's usually
I know it's usually when you think, oh, this show's getting, you know, man, I wasn't looking forward to WrestleMania. I thought it was one of the better ones in recent time. So you know, you never know.
It's going to be in the O2 Arena, which is over in England, and are they doing that to take the thunder away from AEW's big show?
Probably.
Well, they're doing
Although
a lot of stuff
I think
in foreign
that's
countries right now.
I think it's broken the record now as the biggest money gate of all time.
Whoa.
The
Wembley
Wembley.
Yeah.
For AEW.
I think I just saw someone trying to log on, but then they went off.
I will say I watched a video where a guy went to Kurt Cobain's like house that's about to be demolished that he lived in at the time he was recording in utero, and somebody spray painted like on one of the wall beside like the door. Watch AEW.
Wow.
Really?
It was like
cool.
what? So
That's huge.
So before Kurt Cobain's house is being demolished, you can see that somebody spray painted "Watch AEW."
I wonder who that could have been.
I don't know.
Could be Jack.
You know him, Jack? You knew some of those scallywags that would try to harass celebrities and stuff. You know any of them?
Raven did it.
Maybe Raven did it, yeah.
It could be.
Raven Simone?
What?
No.
That's so Raven.
Not that Raven.
Who did he say? Raven who?
Raven Simone, the girl from Cosby Show.
She was psychic in that show.
I saw her on a documentary recently. Forget what that was.
She has a lot of issues going on.
Stevie.
Toronto Stevie. We gotta be quiet. We gotta keep the noise down. Everybody be quiet.
Everybody was Steven Butler. I was gonna sing it to Kung Fu Fighting. What's on your mind, Brucey?
Not much. I'm just trying to figure out how to like get all the wrestling. Like, I need to make a spreadsheet. That's my goals for wrestling lately. For all the shows.
That was right after I spray painted it, didn't you?
Oh, is that what that was you? You are a devout AEW fan, so maybe you
and
went
a
up
Kurt
there.
Cobain fan. So.
Maybe you went to his house and you wrote "Watch AEW."
Yeah, but you're a big AEW fan too. Maybe it was you.
I've not been out in Hollywood. You have. See,
Hollywood. I'll be back out in August, didn't you? Back out into Hollywood land. Going back out to Hollywood, Inchman.
What you going to Hollywood for, Jackie Jones?
Hollywood! So we're going to do special features on the Once a Future Smash Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
And I am producing my next feature film.
Bruce's Ghost meet Brucey the cat.
That's right.
Now, did you name Bruce after Bruce? I won't say which who.
No, the kid's named Bruce. So at the time, the Dark Knight Returns was out when we got him, We got him and his twin sister, and they wanted to name them Bruce and Serena. The Serena didn't stick, but the Bruce did. So
Yeah.
but he's
Bruce Wayne.
just a great cat.
Yeah. My girlfriend was watching the show, and we saw Bruce the cat, and she nicknamed me Bruce. So that's how.
I'm gonna be
That's why I'm
producing
Bruce.
Psycho Ape 2.
Oh,
Psycho ape. That ape does look psycho.
Okay.
With Kansas bowling.
that's awesome.
Psycho ape.
All right. What's on your mind, Stevie, before we get to the Raw report? Raw report.
Oh, yeah, we haven't been, I believe me, it would be my mind just going. Have you guys been watching the latest Dark Side of the Ring series?
I watched the Tammy one just tonight, so Tammy and Chris Candido, but I have not watched the recent ones.
Mm-hmm. I thought the one on Magnum was really good.
Yeah, I got that one recorded, and I need to watch it.
Didn't really, I guess because I didn't see a lot of Florida wrestling. Don't really know too much about Eddie and Mike Graham, other than what the dying days of WCW. Mike Graham you'd see him on there occasionally, but the first two, the Chris and Tammy one and the Magnum one, really enjoyed those, and
I'll be checking them out here in a little while. I just hadn't got around to watching, but I did watch the Tammy and Chris one tonight, so it was pretty good. Jim Cornette got really torn up when he was talking about Chris Candido passing away. How it was, he came back, he got himself clean, and he died because he was so dedicated to wrestling.
Yeah, that's really a shame.
Strange that he, because he wanted to make the next show, and he flew in the plane and everything. So pretty sad.
There's like a blood clot or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
This is AI. I conjured up. I was feeding into AI to make a power goat, and that's what it came up with.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good pose.
It started
That
with
looks
just
pretty
like a
happy.
goat, and then I put in like a arcade, and then I just
What's
kept
in his
adding
hand?
stuff. I don't know. It looks
like
like some kind of device, but it's like actually like grown into you. It's like you're part goat and part like you're like a machine
Like a
and living
porthole
tissue
or
combined.
something.
A cornhole?
Like a porthole of some sort. Like, on a ship, like a porthole.
I don't know. This one you're kind of playing with your nipples.
Uh-huh.
It's hot.
And then this one, I didn't notice till someone mentioned. Looks like you're about ready. Look, you're taking your pants off to like have your way with the machine or something.
Now this isn't me. This is
It
AI.
is you. It is you.
No, I'm not a goat. I'm
you're
man.
a power goat.
I
It's
know
not
you
just
want
a
me to be
goat.
like. I know
It's
you
a
want me to
goat
be-
man.
I know you want me to be like John Malick and be like the Elephant Man for you, but no, I am a real man, Jack.
I'm not an animal. What would you do if, like, if eventually we could just make this a reality and you woke up and you just were that?
You're going to dream this tonight, I know. You're going to like this circus keeper, and you're going to be your
Like
attraction.
The Isle of
Like,
Dr. Moreau or something.
Toasty, the power goat. And
Oh,
then
that
you'd
should be
like
my
beating
next
me
feature.
after the show and everything. You'd be like, you do as I say.
Here was another one too. That one you look like that one looks good. You're having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Being DJ.
Yeah.
I guess AI doesn't know what a pinball machine looks like, right?
I
Those
think
are
I
all-
did put arcade. I don't know if
those
I
are all video games.
Yeah, I think I did put arcade. All right, so are we gonna get to it? Is it time? Do you think?
Was Steven done with his thoughts? He was telling us about Dark Side of the Ring, and didn't know if he had anything else on his mind.
Other than, I noticed I watched the debut of AEW Collision. I don't know what you guys think, but in that main event, Mr. Brooks looked really old, and I just thought,
I didn't think so.
You know, Joe has been around for as long as Punk, but like, in there against Punk, I don't know, he just looked old.
Yeah. Well, I seen some people saying like he was kind of out of shape, and that he should apologize to Kenny Omega because Kenny goes out of his way to be in shape, and here comes Phil. Just
honestly, he's in better shape than he was in his prime, probably.
I don't know about that. He
never was like a physical specimen.
He was pretty big when he started ECW. He was
kind of fat, but I think he's in better shape now than he was then.
Nah, he's kind of.
I think he's in better shape now than when he was champ in WWE. He's way thinner.
Thinner than what he was when he was champ in WWE?
Oh, yeah, much. He's probably the thinnest he's ever been.
Are a little bit pudgier because it's like working weight, kind of.
But he is coming back from an injury, and that's not easy to do. I mean, he probably couldn't exercise, so I will say that. But,
no, I think he's been working out crazy in the videos they're showing.
No, he looked kind of rough. I didn't think he looked too great.
I mean, he's gray hair, but like he's always had like the skinny fat, as people said.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's never had like a great physical body.
Yeah, his balls are probably drooping now too.
It's when you know it's happening.
When your balls start drooping,
yeah.
You're like, oh fuck, it's over. Just put me in the ground.
All right. Are we going to get to the Raw report?
Yeah. CM Cuck over here, he doesn't like it when you bring up.
Oh, no, I don't care. I enjoyed the show. You enjoyed the show, too, until...
I enjoyed it. But I mean, I didn't think he looked like he was in great shape. I mean, but he is coming off an injury.
That's never been... He never has been, though. That used to be the knock on him. That's where the skinny fat line came from.
Well, I mean, he was at the beginning of the ECW stuff in WWE. He was pretty bulky.
That was
Ring of Honor stuff. He was more definitely, but he was a younger man.
Ring of Honor, he was not.
I think he had some not huge size, but I think he was more fit. I mean, but he was younger then too.
No, I think he's thinner now than he was then.
Yeah, but he's a little bit bulkier then, but I mean, it was more muscle tone, I think, to some extent.
It's like Edge, kind of like Edge used to be like puffy because of steroids, but now he's like ripped, but he looks like Skeleton Man. I don't know. I don't like Edge.
That's your countryman he's talking about there, Steven. You gonna let him do that? You gonna let him? Yes. Talking about Edge. Are you an Edge fan, Steven?
Oh yeah, I've met him. He is.
See, they're friends, Bruce.
Guy who does look kind of old.
He is getting pretty rough looking.
Yeah, he is.
Didn't he say if he doesn't win the title that he's done or something like that? And he didn't win. Has that already happened?
No, he wants to have one more title run, and once he loses his title, he retires.
He was fatter then in Ring of Honor.
Well, I mean, but his arms are in definitely better shape. I mean, his pecs are better.
He looks thinner now.
More than like their.
I'm not talking thin. I just think like.
Well, that's what I said thin, and you said he wasn't thinner.
But his pecs, his arms, they look better there. For sure.
I don't know. He's pretty. No, I don't think he looks particularly good. I don't think he's ever looked that great physically.
I would say he looked better there than what he does nowadays.
I need a picture of him turned around. Like,
I want to see that ass.
Goosey! Look at Goose. The Goose.
Goose on the loose.
He's got him a jersey in the background that says 19. And it says
Terry.
Terry? Who's Terry? Who's 19 and Terry?
He plays for the Anaheim Mighty Ducks of the NHL.
Oh, that's a real team? I thought it was just a movie.
No.
It's an actual team. They're not called the Mighty Ducks anymore. They're just called the Ducks.
Oh, I see.
What's going on, guys?
Not a whole lot.
What's on your mind before we get to the Raw report?
I didn't watch much wrestling. I did see Phillip Brooks cut his promo. Didn't catch the match. Do like the Young Bucks references, although you knew they were coming. I did like Buddy Murphy or Buddy Matthews. The poor girl announcer did refer to him as Buddy Murphy, so I'm sure WWE Legals probably contacted AEW, tried to file a copyright claim. But yeah, that's pretty much all I saw. Sounds like Collision's going over well. So
yeah, it was awesome. I thought.
Good for AEW.
And it looked good. Really looks the whole look of the show was very top notch.
It's nice that now they're over in their incredibly crowded roster. They'll have, an extra show for some of these guys to. Like I did see Miro's back now, which I'm not sure if he is still with Lana or not.
As far as I know, they are.
I thought I saw when WWE was in Puerto Rico, she was like chumming the clubs and hanging out with why do I want to call him Judas Priest? Damian Priest. But yeah.
She didn't get NDA'd, did she?
I don't know.
Oh my god. That would be awesome.
But it almost makes you wonder why Miro was out of AEW picture for so long. Cause you gotta believe a talent like that, they would have found something for him.
Well, they said like he wasn't a fan of like a lot of their creative that they came up with, but
you'd think they would just sit him on the couch for 9 months. Makes no sense. But what do I know?
You know everything, Goosey. Don't put yourself down, my man. God bless you. You are the goose. You are loose. And
the
by
goose
God,
and the Bruce.
You're the baddest Bob around, let me tell you, buddy. Bad Bob. I'd like to see him super kick Jackie Jones.
What?
Super kick party!
Yeah.
There is a chance that Big Bad Bob may be getting back into the wrestling.
Uh-oh.
That's why I've been telling you to, and you were like, no way, never again. See, that's like a real wrestler. They can never quit.
I have been contacted by a different promoter.
You'll be seeing you on Collision.
Yeah, I'll be on AEW Dark Elevation.
See, it's just like that movie, The Wrestler. It's like you go to your normal job, you're sitting there and you're cutting the meat, and you're just like, fuck this, I'm sticking my thumb in the slicer. And you're like, ah! And I was like, I'm a fucking wrestler. And you're rubbing all over yourself. And you're like, I'm Big Bad Bob. I'm not a fucking meat slicer. Get me out of here, Big Bad Bob.
Before you know it, I'll be in death
matches. A cheese cutter.
That's awesome.
Before you know it, I'll be in death
matches. I'm a professional cheese cutter.
You think that pays well?
No, it doesn't pay any. makes you ruin your shorts.
Was it that a show on Nickelodeon?
Salute your shorts.
Oh,
not
ruin your shorts. All right, here we go.
Disclaimer.
And we, after our 2 hours, a 2-hour wait, let's get to the Raw report.
No fucking injury. Fucking incher. That line gets me every time. That whoever says that guy's fucking great. Fucking incher. I laugh every time. Now it's time once again, Inch Man. Lexa, Bruce, Gusa, and Vic Schiavone. It is time once again. And for all the members of the Headyverse out there who's helping to support the show, and there's still time to do it. Just like Raider Dre, who supported this show earlier tonight. It is time once again for the Raw Report. We are going to talk about Raw, and Steven's going to do it in the Raw.
Yeah, I just want to say, real quick, Patrick Howell, you do exist.
Hell yeah, Patrick Howell, he exists! Boom!
Raw Report!
I always did intro Raw. Yeah.
I'm super hard for the Raw.
Hell yeah! Intro's getting the Woody!
Well, this week's This week's Raw comes from Cleveland, Ohio.
Edition.
Yeah.
Intro does get hard from the ASMR.
What? I just like the silliness.
And so this week's Raw comes from Cleveland, Ohio. And once again, can you guess who starts the show? None other than the world champion.
Whoa. I was glad to see him get beat up, Steven.
I don't even know.
Ben Balor wasn't having any of that crap. He came out and he beat his ass.
He beat the living crap out of Seth Rollins. Yeah.
I believe that's Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins.
So I thought this was a pretty good way to start the show because
oh man,
it
gives me an idea.
They're gonna have a match in London. So this time around, instead of Rollins doing his usual shtick, Finn Balor attacks him and gives him not one, not two, but 3 coup de graces. And Seth
the Trait de Gras.
I'll do 3 like Macho Man.
Yeah, the Macho Man. Not 1, not 2, but 3 coup de gras. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop there. When they come back from the commercial break, Seth Rollins is backstage and Balor attacks him again.
He was walking around. He's like, "Where is it? Where is he? Where is that Finn?" Then Finn just jumps and starts beating him up again. I'm like, God, are you an idiot, Seth Rollins? Seth freaking idiot Rollins.
Look at Lexar. It looks like he's going to murder someone.
We might catch him in the act if we stay quiet enough. He's spying on his neighbors. It's like his neighbor getting undressed.
I think he's about ready to. Who you looking to murder? Who are you looking at?
I'm watching the TV.
Is that
Report?
Is that Game Changer Wrestling still on the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
What a disgrace. Man, what's MAGA Butcher gonna think?
He doesn't wrestle for Game Changer Wrestling.
What's Hoodfoot gonna think?
He thinks it's fucking awesome, I guess.
No, he's
Slack needs to come in there and rape you in the ass for.
Whoa! Holy shit! It got dark.
Slack just comes in and he's like, "Fuck you, Lexar! You can't leave that on the floor."
Is that like the Vince McMahon, Shawn Michaels, bearskin rug kind of thing, though?
Cock wrapped in barbed wire.
That doesn't wrestle for GCW anymore, though. He doesn't wrestle for GCW anymore. He wrestles only for XPW.
Damn.
Oh,
He's
man,
got the
XPW.
Schlack is
Outside.
XPW only.
XPW.
Damn. All right, Raw report. Was Schlack on Raw?
No.
Was Effie?
You wish.
So once all this commotion dies down, the Miz is in the ring, and he's upset that Seth Rollins got beat up because apparently Rollins was going to issue an open challenge to defend the World Heavyweight title, and Miz was going to accept the challenge. But now that Rollins got beat up, Miz decides he's going to issue his own open challenge. And so making his triumphant return to WWE is none other than Tommaso Ciampa.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this on the books of the faces.
So Ciampa is back. He's looking good. He's got the white back in his beard. So I guess he's
Higher.
he stopped with the Just for Men in the beard, and so they have a short match, and Ciampa hits the
Well,
very
from what I understand, Vinnie Mac is very anti-gray. And so now that he's supposedly not in charge, I guess they can go back to their natural.
You can tell by his own hair.
Yeah. That mustache he's got painted on.
That's
like
not Just
Omar.
for Men. That's just like polish.
Yeah.
I don't think Just for Men would make your. I use Just for Men, and it does not make your beard black.
Yeah.
What do you think, Intra?
So
I wish Schlack would come in and review it.
Man, you're really getting hard for some hardcore ass raping tonight.
Is that Schlack's gimmick? I mean, probably not. Needs to be his gimmick.
So Ciampa,
Lexar is not sure. That's probably what Lexar's watching on the TV. Pepe Potita just watched an old interview where Sabu said XPW would film porn. Yeah, I mean, not like XPW was, but the owners were.
So Ciampa hits the fairy tale ending and beats the Miz. Welcome back, Tommaso Ciampa.
So, happy to see him back. Glad that he's not teaming with the Miz anymore. It's like that wasn't a very good pairing. I mean, like it just the two characters didn't really suit each other. I don't think.
I agree.
Why have you gone in Klingon mode? Like what? Why are you agreeing with me so hostile?
So we get Judgment Day coming out, and Finn Balor is he's so fit to be tied he can't stand still. But he cuts a promo on Seth Rollins. He said something like, he says to the crowd, if you like to sing so much, you can sing at Seth Rollins' funeral.
That's a pretty good line.
So the crowd responds by singing Rollins' song. Rhea Ripley tells them to sit down and shut up. Respect the Judgment Day. Okay. I think the only one that really got some loud heat was when Dominic Mysterio tried to talk. The crowd erupted in boos. Damian Priest cut a promo in Spanish. I don't know what he said.
Did you know what he said, Lexar? You watched
Arriba!
Lexar?
Yes, sir.
You know what Damian Priest say? You got to tell the gringos.
He said it in English too. So, onto the Raw report. You paid attention.
I think Lexar didn't watch Raw. You
I
didn't
didn't
watch
watch
Raw.
Raw.
Either
did
that or he
you,
doesn't really
Lexar?
speak Spanish.
Which one is it?
He said, "En tu cabeza! Arriba!
Arriba.
Sábado gigante o fútbol y más."
La usurpadora.
Exactly.
So the long and short of it is that Dominic challenges Cody Rhodes to a 6-man tag match and basically tells Cody to find himself 2 tag team partners for the main event.
Cody Rhodes.
So we get a recap of Money in the Bank, not Money in the Bank, of the Bloodline imploding on Friday night. Jey Uso super kicking Roman. And next up, we got Mr. Charisma, Byron Saxton, talking to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. It really seemed like they were going towards Dr. Shelby territory with Kevin Owens. With Sami Zayn.
My man Josh here in the chat room. Coneheads was a decent.
Come on, dude. You guys just like total like rubbish.
Sorry, Steven. He says decent. He's not saying it's like the best thing ever.
It sucks.
Do you not understand decent?
La Cabra el Poder.
What?
The Power Goat.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, Steven. Go ahead.
Yeah, so basically Sami Zayn says Kevin Owens has an anger problem. And he basically tells Kevin Owens, like, can you go the entire show without basically, blowing up and getting angry and upset. So it's for Sammy and Kevin to do some comedy. And I was really into this, actually. I don't know. I just had a good laugh throughout these segments. Anyway, we had a women's tag team match. We had Sonya and Chelsea taking on Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Are they still the NXT tag champions? I haven't been watching NXT.
No, I think it was Alba Fire and Isla Dawn or whatever, wasn't it? And I think they're still
the tag champions.
They're the champions, yeah. And then this two group is the. I don't think they are the champs. I could be confused. I don't think they are.
Anyway, so the baby faces Kaden Carter and Katana Chance hit their finishing move on Chelsea and Pinder, or was it? No, it was Sonya Deville.
Sonya.
Yeah. And they won the match. Next up, everyone's favorite backstage interviewer and mine, Kathy Kelly, is actually in the arena. And she interviews Cody. Cody Rhodes comes out. And the long and short of this was that Cody accepted the Judgment Day's challenge to find 2 tag team partners. This didn't last very long, so it was in and out very quickly. Next up,
the old in and out.
We had a lot of tag team matches on this show. Next up was another one. Oh boy, the Hurt Business, Cedric and Shelton. So a few weeks ago, they got beat up by Sangha and Veer before the match, and so they finally had their match, but Veer and Sangha just still beat them up. And won a quick. All these matches were really quick. I noticed, really like under 5 minutes until we got later on in the show. I guess they really wanted to do the backstage segments because we had Sammy and Kevin once again, and I think they did this comedy segment where. A production assistant spilled water on Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens refused to get angry over it. and then they bump into what's his name, Riddle, and Riddle asks Kevin Owens, "Hey Kevin, have you seen the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?"
It was basically a Nikhil question, wasn't it? Just like this really mundane.
What are
movie.
your favorite memories?
And they were trying to keep Kevin Owens was trying to keep his cool, and I did think it's funny that Matt Riddle was there, and he was just like, "Oh, this is not going to go good for me," because Matt Riddle just makes him angry. So that was pretty funny.
So basically, Riddle's going to take on Ludwig Kaiser later tonight. Okay, after the commercial break, was Cleveland's own Logan Paul. I think he was sitting on a ladder underneath the Money in the Bank briefcases, and he cuts a promo. At first, it starts out like a babyface promo, but then he turns heel on the Cleveland crowd because he says the best thing that happened to him was when he left Cleveland to pursue his dream in California. And then he is interrupted by almost every single one of the Money in the Bank participants. And the one that got the biggest, I guess, crowd reaction was LA Knight. LA Knight cuts this promo on Logan Paul, saying that he makes YouTube videos for 14-year-olds.
Oh, damn. Don't tell Tazo.
No, he said he makes YouTube videos for 14-year-olds and he thinks he's a star. And I thought it was a pretty good promo that LA Knight did. So
yeah, I thought it was good too.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff.
Yeah, so they have a brawl, and it's Logan Paul. Actually, he hit a senton to the outside on some people. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
So next up, we get Matt Riddle versus Ludwig Kaiser with Gunther at ringside, and Matt Riddle he hits the Bro Derek for the win, but then Gunther gets in the ring, and he and Kaiser beat up Matt Riddle and leave him laying.
Beat that ass!
So, and then they show Matt Riddle. Backstage being helped. He's been beat up, and I think Owens and Zayn, they're interrupted by Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser. So they didn't go and help. So the tag champions didn't help Matt Riddle. Instead, they were responding to a text from Cody, and we'll get to that. Next up, we had another tag team match. The Alpha Academy took on the Viking Raiders, this never-ending feud. The Viking Raiders won, but during this match, I think it was Maxine. She hit another move on Valhalla, a suplex. They were teaching Maxine how to do a suplex, and during this match, she hit a suplex on Sarah Logan. Yeah.
Are they just not together anymore? Like the whole Maximum Male Models? Are they just the done thing, or is she just with Otis and Chad now?
It certainly looks that way. Like I thought that those other guys were going to get a gimmick change. Either that, or they're just going to spend the rest of their careers on the main event.
Oh my, that's not good.
So, what else happened here? Okay, so Kath Kelly is back, and she's talking to Natalya, and poor Natalya. I don't like the way this is going with her. I mean, it's not very good. Rhea Ripley has a match against Natty, and
well, she said in the promo though that she was going to go out there to prove it to herself that she still has it. And
but she got beat up again, and so they didn't even have a match.
that was terrible. It's like in the pay-per-view, she got destroyed by Rhea Ripley. And so this was her just coming back to see if she still has it, and then she loses instantly again. So.
No, the match didn't even start. The match
Was it not an actual match? Is that what it was?
No, Rhea attacked her before the bell and beat her up. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So Raquel. So next up, Kathy Kelly is Kathy Kelly was going to interview Rhea Ripley, and Raquel Rodriguez walked up to her. Now I like this, Raquel confronting Rhea Ripley, because I think this is like a future. This is the future of the women's division, a feud between these two. Mm-hmm. I'm really looking forward to when they eventually pull the trigger and have this feud, because I think it's going to be really good.
Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, Raquel and Rhea. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Cody is walking backstage, another backstage segment, a lot of these segments, and he's approached by Akira Tozawa. Mm-hmm. And Tozawa wants to be his tag team partner, and Cody just says, "I'll take it under advisement," and then he walks away.
See, Cody used to work for a company where all Japanese people were not just treated as just like these throwaway characters, but now he's in WWE, and these characters are just totally disposable. So I hope he's proud of himself for leaving a nice, promising company to join WWE, where the people are stereotyped and just quickly dismissed, like he did to Tozawa. That's what I have to say about Cody Rhodes.
Okay, next up we got a women's Money in the Bank qualifying.
But they did establish that Kevin Owens and Sammy were going to join Cody in the main event.
So next up we get women's Money in the Bank qualifying match. Raquel versus Trish Stratus.
That was pretty crazy how Raquel did she shook Trish Stratus until she was just limp.
Ragdolled her. Much like China did to just ragdolled Trish. Yeah. Thought that was good. So Becky comes down to the ring. She wants to help Raquel, but not really, because she just attacked Trish Stratus and got Raquel disqualified.
Yeah, so it's going to be Trish Stratus and the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Trish. Oh, time to rock and roll. This time I'm in control. Yeah, I got the keys to the city. Something.
Gonna do it to
Toronto Stevie, yeah.
Woo!
He's gonna do the Raw report. He's gonna stop Jackie Jones from talking. Yeah.
Gonna beat Kinto's ass! Gonna smash his face into the ground!
That doesn't work for this song. That's too violent.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Steve.
Kathy Kelly is interviewing Braun Breaker because Wednesday night on NXT, Seth Rollins is going to defend the world title against Braun Breaker.
Do it up.
Well, that was tonight, Tuesday night. You said
Wednesday.
Tonight? Yeah, that was tonight. You missed it, Steven.
Isn't that an Aerosmith song?
What?
Ragdoll,
Daddy's a little cutie.
Ragdoll.
I can't sing that guy's songs. He's canceled.
Yeah.
Well, there's some stuff. He's there's some stuff in his book that wasn't very good.
What do you do? Cheat at Pinochle?
Worse than that.
What? Raw report.
So Byron Saxton interviews Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch says she screwed herself, or did she? Anyway, she's
Holy cow!
Is
that Batman?
She says she's either going to win money.
Hot damn! I am. Hey, I think I saw you in the Flash.
Oh, sorry.
So she says she's either going to win Money in the Bank or she's going to go down in a blaze of glory and take Trish and Zoe Stark with her. Next up, we got Shinsuke Nakamura, who is in the men's Money in the Bank match against Bronson Reed, who is not. And Bronson Reed basically hits the salami splash on Shinsuke.
I'm going to splash inch with my salami.
Keep saying that. He keeps saying
He's like, when's it going to happen? I've been waiting for 20 years, 18 years.
So next up, we get a short backstage segment with Seth Rollins. Says,
What's your deal? You been drinking coffee tonight? What's up with you? You snorting coke over there or something? Oh no, he's doing the mind games.
I think you're losing your mind there, Jack. So Seth Rollins says he doesn't care what the doctors say. He says Money in the Bank can't come soon enough. And finally, we get the main event. Undisputed Tag Team Champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes taking on the Judgment Day. I'll tell you this, if you don't see anything at all in this entire 3-hour show, at least see the main event, because I thought this was an entertaining main event. Great 6-man. So the ending comes when Dominic gets his ass kicked. I think he got haluva kicked by Sammy. He gets stunned by Kevin Owens. And
Is the haluva kick the same as like the hell of a good dip? I see at the grocery store. They have like an onion dip.
I've never had that dip.
I'd try it.
Did you dip your dong in it? I think the Evil Dead's got a hold of Jack.
Too much caffeine there, Jack. So Cody hits the well, he did hit a Cody cutter, but he hits his crossroads on Damian Priest to win the match and win the 6-man. So the show goes off the air with the baby faces celebrating in the ring, and that's your Raw report. Like I said, I thought the main event, I'll give the main event a thumbs up. The rest of the matches weren't all that good. They were kind of short because what was taking precedence were all these backstage segments and interviews, which again is not my favorite part of wrestling. But I guess this was a backstage segment interview heavy show. So like I said, if you're going to see anything on the show, see the main event and you'll be satisfied.
Do it up! Watching the Raw! Yeah! Raw Report! Thank you, Stephen Butler! All the way from Toronto! Underway! That's what they say in Toronto. Good man, good report. The man who watches Raw so I don't have to. Stephen Butler! Boom.
So if Steven took off from watching Raw, you would watch it?
What was that?
I'd watch every second.
If Steven skipped a Raw, you would watch it, Jack?
I don't want to spoil the Raw report for Steven. And I know that he has a good work ethic, so he would never skip a week. So, I'm not even going to entertain such a silly-ass question where Incher is questioning Stephen Butler, a proud member of the Headyverse.
I watched Raw when he watched Raw, so you could watch Raw.
Yeah, but I have respect for Steven. I'm like, I'm not gonna spoil the Raw report. I'm not gonna ruin the Raw report. I want it fresh in my mind. I want my mind to be tight, untouched like a virgin when Steven gets here.
You're creepy, Jack. What the hell's with that?
And he penetrates my mind for the first time with this the raging Raw report.
Jack's a creep now.
Incher's just a slut for Raw. He's been like, I'm doing that Raw every week.
You're like a mind chastity belt.
Exactly.
I'm just watching the TV show.
Raw report.
Nick, can you do anything here? Like,
he's gonna call the Exorcist.
I mean, I'm getting worried.
All right.
What's in that mug?
It's my second one.
I wouldn't mind having some of that right about now.
Yeah.
It is new coffee, though. It's Raven coffee from Virginia. It's made by Red Rooster, actually. I didn't even think
the Red Rooster?
I don't know. It's made by Red Rooster
Terry,
coffee.
what's his name?
Terry Taylor.
That's what I thought you meant. That'd be sweet.
That would be pretty.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! The cock of the walk. I have some chickens in town because a couple of my neighbors keep chickens for the eggs, and one of them just all of them let them run free, but the one doesn't even have them in like cages. They just run all around the yard and into the. So I walk by and there'll be all these little chickens running around. It's pretty cool. I dig them.
Fascinating.
I know it's not as cool as jacking out the Spaceballs. And hey guys, I guess what? I got a 1972 television so I can play Dig Dug on the Atari 72,000. Yeah!
There was an Atari like 7800.
Yeah, 7800. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
one
right 5200, 2600, 5200?
2600, yeah.
52.
That was my first
52.
machine, was the Atari 2600. Andrew probably didn't even have one at the time. He's thinking he's an arcade hipster. He's like, I'm gonna go play the old arcades.
No, that was the first console I ever played. Was my brother had the Atari 2600.
Then I had a ColecoVision.
Yeah.
In
Still
my
got
family,
No,
oh, sorry.
I don't know what we ever did with the ColecoVision. I sold all my Nintendo stuff on eBay.
Yeah.
I might have something around. I had I don't know if I had an Atari Jaguar. I got it actually after it went out of business because they sold it real cheap at KB. And so I bought it. I was like, oh, this would probably be fun to play. I bought a bunch of video games and it was fun. But I sold it. I think I sold it on eBay then years later. But I could be wrong.
It's worth a lot now. They've gone up.
Yeah, probably should have kept it.
Yeah, I think they've gone up quite a bit recently.
I remember you couldn't save games, though, on the Jaguar.
No.
Which that was a big issue. I remember, because not all games could you save. It was a big deal, like even the Nintendo, the certain ones, like you could save, and that was cool. You'd have like codes, like on Metroid and stuff, and Kid Icarus. But I remember having a friend who would leave his game system on, like when he went to school and stuff, so he, and then he'd play it for days because he kept getting higher levels. I forget what game, but
you could.
I think like one of the Super Mario's didn't save or something. Like Mario,
I don't think really hardly
Mario
any of them did,
3.
honestly.
Yeah, 3 you could play for a long time and it didn't save.
We used to do
probably
that.
Should have a save feature.
Like the converter thing would get really hot and shit.
Yeah, I remember him getting mad because his like parents turned his TV off once while he was at school.
So the parents had to sit there and just hear bump 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 bump.
It'd be funny if you
just all day long. Turn that fucking thing off.
I would say his whole name, but I honestly can't remember it. That's I usually can remember people's full
Slipping,
name.
Jones. You're slipping.
I know. It's too much coffee. Now I think I'm crashing because I was like going nuts there for a little while.
Yeah.
That was drastic.
All right. Let's see. I should have recorded that like on video. It would have been good for a movie. So if I ever need to play someone who's like possessed intro, I'll just chug some coffee.
Mm-hmm. That'll work.
Hell yeah. All right. Should we get to these questions?
Let's get to the questions.
I do have to go to the dentist tomorrow.
I gotta go to the vet. I've been having to go to the vet a lot. My cat's got a broken leg.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So they have to keep changing the splint and all that. So every Wednesday I've been going to that. Just about.
Okay. Well, I hope the cat gets better.
Yeah. Thank you.
Lexar, do you have pets?
We're not allowed to have pets.
It's against your religion?
No, it's just the landlord. He doesn't want no pets.
Oh.
But they're like stray cats running around the apartment, running outside the apartment.
Oh.
Stray cats.
Could you have like some fish?
Well, there's like a bodega, a corner grocery store, and they like feed the cat like cat food. They just leave it outside and just cat just eat it out.
You ever go pet them?
No, because the cat would just run away, and the cat would just we just like do it like
probably senses you're evil.
I senses everybody's evil. Even my mom tried to pet her, and she's like.
Do they eat cats back where you're from in Ecuador?
No, I think you're confusing about Japan. They do in Japan, I think, or China, or Korea.
My God,
those Asian places.
Just gonna name them all.
The Orientals, they eat them.
No.
I went to the this Chinese place last week, the Friendly Barbecue.
Only Owl eats cats and dogs.
I like that Three Stooges where they're making the hot dogs and then the guy, I don't know,
cuts his finger.
Well, every time the customer tries to eat the hot dog, it starts like barking. It's like, arr! He's like, It's hilarious.
But no, so I went to the Friendly Barbecue, and so there's an older Asian guy who was talking. He's very nice, and his shirt matched the walls. He had a yellow shirt, and it matched the walls. And I was like, "Oh, your shirt matches the wall." And he goes, "In my culture, yellow signifies joy. So you wear more yellow to fill yourself with joy." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then Monday when I came, the mail brought me a T-shirt from Psycho Ape 2, and it was yellow. And I was like, holy shit, this is a sign to fill my life with joy and wear this Psycho Ape shirt. But it was really cool. I think interesting. And then the guy was like, do you mind I ask what your nationality is? And I was like, oh, I'm just a white dude. And he's like, no, I mean, where your family from? So I was like, oh, I'm mostly German and Italian. And he said, oh, well, I could see you look German. But I bet you get your personality from the Italian side because you are nice and German are bad people. That was very funny. I don't think he really knew what he was saying because he didn't speak perfect English and he didn't necessarily come out very nice. But I found it funny. All right. But anyway, that was a good place. So then he told me to eat at the Hong Kong Eatery. So that's where I plan to eat next time. Dobbs Dean Maya! Dobbs-a-Dina Maya! Maya! Wants to know. Butt cheeks. Have you ever entered any forbidden doors, i.e. butt cheeks?
No.
Why, yes, I have. I did not like the Bucks. So to see Punk go in on them makes me very, very happy. Here's to Punk ruining the Bucks. Yeah, that's my boy! Dubs, Dubs.
You like the Bucks.
Yeah, but they're still bitches.
You
I
them.
do not condone being bitches and not wanting to be on the same show. But I do think they've worked things out. So why is Lexar so pissed?
I thought my questions went up first.
No, you're next though. Next is Alexa. The third match between Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar is going to be a bull rope match for SummerSlam. Are you intrigued? Yes, I am, actually, because a bull rope match is very hard to pull off well. I've seen many of them, and usually they stink. So, Cody Rhodes, no matter what I think about him leaving or whatever, I think he's a very talented wrestler, and I enjoy his matches. So, I am interested to see what they do with a bull rope match.
I hope Brock can just get all that rope right up Cody Rhodes' ass.
Whoa!
Bend him over, and just start shoving the rope up Cody Rhodes' ass.
It's like
I've
a
never
magician.
seen rope porn.
Mm-hmm. And then pull it out slowly.
You don't want a rope burn in the Forbidden Door, Bruce.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You imagine that entry getting a rope burn in the sphincter?
Be like a velvet rope after that.
Lexar, Major League Wrestling won a lawsuit against WWE for accusing the sports entertainment company for being a monopoly, with the rumor being that WWE is trying to put a lien agreement with arenas and towns WWE goes to do not book AEW for their shows. Is this fair or foul? I do not like that kind of thing at all. Like if you have to take us. If you take us, you can't take them. That kind of thing. I don't think that's fair or should be allowed.
Yeah.
And no one can keep telling me that they don't care about AEW when they try to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, they definitely care. I mean, if they're
Yeah,
trying to
that's
get
just petty,
arenas to not
shitty
take them.
stuff. I don't like that. Lexa, Combat Zone Wrestling is going to have a show at a car junkyard in Westville, South New Jersey on Saturday afternoon, August 5th. So are you intrigued? I'll be honest, Lexa, that sounds like a good time.
A junkyard.
Yeah, I am all about it. I say go and have a good time. That sounds fun.
Even Vic Schiavone responded to the question. He was very, very intrigued.
Vic Schiavone says, I am very intrigued. Let me guess, the main event is going to be a throw your opponent through a windshield match, right?
Yeah.
And Lexar replies, windshield covered in bundles of light tubes.
Wasn't there that WCW
Yeah.
match where they had it in the
And,
junkyard and everybody was injured?
Yeah, and I think Finley ruined that was the end of Finley's career for a long time.
Well, he's out for a good while.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, I think everyone got hurt.
Everybody.
Everybody must get hurt.
It would be good if they had a wrestling ring on top of one of those used cars.
Yeah. What if they throw
those magnet things and drop?
Damn. Yeah, what if someone's got a metal plate and they just get stuck to the magnet? They're like, ah, like Luger back there, the metal plate in his arm, he'd just be hanging from. He'd be like, ah.
Oh yeah.
They are doing wrestling at Mall of America again.
Anyone got a plate in their head? They could just pick them up and be, ah, and they just throw them.
Just do work, but just super glue them instead of magnetize.
That'd be pretty cool. What do you think, Incher?
Sounds like good stuff. I like what Goosey brought up. He said that they got Mall of America doing shows.
Really?
Again, yeah, for the second year in a row.
Who's doing the Mall of America?
Something called First Wrestling. I don't know. They seem to have I guess they had a show the other night and they had Effie was on there and
AEW needs to run Mall of America.
Something
They
called
have
fucking.
people all up a million stories in the middle or something, like packed all the way up or something.
Yeah.
Mall of America. America, fuck yeah. Coming to save the motherfucking day, yeah. America, fuck yeah. Where are we here?
They said that they'd never do another marionette movie after that one.
Yeah, I went.
It's impossible.
Yeah, I
I'm
enjoy
shocked
the
they
movie.
pulled
though.
off the first one, to be honest with you.
I'm a big fan. Bruce Briscoe, do you think the Collision commentary team is better than the Dynamite commentary team? Yes, much better.
So far, yes. I mean, they've only
It's only been one show, but yeah.
I do like me some Excalibur, but
I do too. But
He's
and
getting a little-
and Tony's fun, but I think Taz really ruins the.
I think Excalibur is getting too descriptive on the wrestlers. Like, I don't care that if Bandito wrestled in Mexico City in front of Tommy the
I
Chicken.
actually like. I
Bordeaux,
think that's what he brings to the table, Excalibur. I think he's good for that. He's kind of like when they had the Professor Mike Tenay. But I think Taz is what really brings the commentary team down.
Yeah. The problem is, you can't have JR. Yeah, I noticed he didn't even do Collision, did he?
He did the main event.
No. Oh, JR, yeah, he just did the main event. I'm sorry.
Alexa, how many Dave Meltzer star ratings will you give the first episode of AEW Collision? 17 stars out of 5. I mean, it was a 5-star show for me.
That's pretty good.
I'll go 4. I'm going to go 4.
Fucking whoop your ass, bitch. That's 3, dumbass.
Oh, I was doing the Macho Man. And then I thought, oh, yeah. It's not even 4. Because he did the 3 like this and kind of hold his belt.
Honestly, that's how I used to do it as a kid, too.
No, you lying now.
No, I'm not.
You didn't
Butt
do it like
fuck,
the Macho Man.
asshole.
You didn't do it like the Macho Man.
Macho Man's also the first wrestling t-shirt I ever bought.
You lie. He lies. I know it was like
At the King of the Ring show I went to.
Dusty Wolf.
Biatch!
You had the Dusty
Biatch!
Wolf.
I'm friends with Dusty Wolf on Facebook.
See?
He has a book out. We should get him on and talk about it if you weren't such a biatch.
Jonathan Jackson!
I wasn't calling him a biatch.
Indeed.
Jonathan Jackson! Jonathan's here now. It's time to party! It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, I just woke up and I was like, hey, IYH.
Wake up and smell the coffee, boy!
Woke up this morning, I turned on In Your Head.
I don't got any
Gonna
coffee
listen
next
to
to me.
Jackie Jones talk about Collision. Or I don't know.
I hope I don't wind up
What the
dead.
Did I get myself a gun because of it?
He did.
Yeah.
And I blew my fucking brains out.
Brains out.
You think we've ever driven anyone to suicide was listening to the show?
I hope not. Don't say that, dude.
Well, they would be able to call in and tell you.
That's the problem with suicide. You wouldn't be able to tell us.
No, I don't want. No, nobody kill yourself or in your head. No.
This is for you, insurance.
I profess my love to the 1-inch biceps.
No.
A boom.
No.
I think the opposite. I think we've saved people. They were like, I had nothing to live for until I found In Your Head. Now everything's coming up roses.
You think anybody's listening to In Your Head mid-coitus?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Like banging and
Oh yeah.
Throws on the mellifluous tones of the biceps.
Hell yeah. I think this. I have heard the Sandals, Travis and his wife, that they get it on during In Your Head.
Oh man,
That's why Crystal's got so many kids.
it's true.
I want to know who the first like in your head baby will be. Like literally, the erection was caused by Jackie Jones talking.
Damn.
Lexar?
Could be. They grow
Maybe
fast.
Maybe Inch's smooth West Virginian voice.
So, Lexar, if you brought home one of those fine ladies from the strip club to get them in the mood, you turn on In Your Head and you'd like, listen to this, baby.
Listen to Jackie Jones talk about Cody Rhodes.
I think they're just like light up a smoke and like
light up a smoke.
That's after you're done.
Sager.
Light up a smoke and flick it in your eye and jump out
Yeah.
the window.
Yeah.
Get me the fuck out of here.
Spit in my face.
Oh, man. Lexar, you ever pleasure yourself to an episode of In Your Head?
maybe if Geraldine will like do a strip tease, maybe.
Damn. Not even like when Missy Hyatt called in?
Nope.
Damn.
Although I thought Missy Hyatt back in the day, watching like old WCW shows and seeing Missy Hyatt, she's kind of hot. But
hell yeah,
I think I don't know. Have you ever seen Missy Hyatt current day?
Yeah.
She's
She's still alive. She's still around.
Fuck.
She's like 50.
Has any former wrestlers been at your strip club when you're down there?
Had like Buff Bagwell walk in one day or something.
Kim
Buff,
Bass.
you're like, hey, Buff Daddy, here's $10 for a lap dance. You can leave the hat on. He's like, that's $20.
There's no wrestlers at the strip club.
On the stuff, and the girls just can't get enough.
And if there were, they're probably like indie wrestlers looking to have
Yeah, but you go to all that indie wrestling stuff. What if you're there and Hoodfoot's there?
Yeah, but they have wives and girlfriends, and they don't go to.
Yeah, I'm sure nobody at the strip club has a wife. They're all single.
Well, that most of them are.
How about any like indie women wrestlers? What if they were there stripping? Is what I'm saying.
Well, there were at the one previous show I've been to. It was an ICW and Lufisto did like a strip tease. Lufisto, Google her. Anyway, and she like wanted horny music to play over the speakers, and she
Hit the horny music.
Yeah, and she like had a pole with a water jug at the end of it.
Piss Jug McGee.
Whoa.
Oh man.
Water jug. One of those like big
water jug Howard.
Yeah, and he smacked his. She smacked her.
Isn't that Incher's nickname in high school? Water
jug.
No.
Steven Simmons says Undertaker is known to be a strip club connoisseur. I kind of think a lot of wrestlers were at that era.
Oh yeah. You think Michaels is totally doing blow up a stripper's ass? Fucking Texas.
What would you now if you saw? So okay, Lex, are you there? Are you watching the booty? But then you look over, when it's like Gangrel or something. Now, do you do I keep watching the booty or do I go and talk to Gangrel?
I talk to Gangrel.
Hell yeah, that's right.
Gangrel's like this fucking Mark.
I think Pete Gas would totally interrupt Jackie Jones' strip club visit. He's like, "Oh shit, that's Pete Gas."
When we met, I know I said this before, and I don't give a shit. So when we saw Pete Gas at Mohegan Sun Casino, I told her, "That's Pete Gas. I should go. Let's go over." And he's like, "Why?" Like, it's Pete Gas, and he's like, "Ooh." Well, I'm a big Pete Gas fan. I was excited. I haven't seen wrestlers at any of the casinos for a while. Back in the day, I saw Pete Gas, Balls Mahoney, Howard Finkel. I used to always see
Pete Gas.
Hell yeah, fucking Pete Gas. Like, hell, it's the fucking main guy of the fucking Mean Street Posse. Fuck Joey Abs. It's fucking Pete Gas.
Joey Abs.
How about Rodney?
Rodney's not bad. I would say Pete Gas, Rodney, and then Joey Abs. That's the order I would go.
What's Rodney's last name?
Just Rodney. That's why it's kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
But I remember seeing what's the guy's fucking name? Downtown Bruno. Harvey Whippleman. I would see him, and I think they had him as like he would just go get people coffee and stuff. And honestly, no one would recognize him, and I would always say, "Hey, it's Harvey Whippleman," and he'd get a great big smile on his face.
He's awesome.
I love Harvey Whippleman. I should try to get Harvey Whippleman on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Lexaz. Can you sing? Can Jack sing the Dave Meltzer newsletter theme song? It has a theme song.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Is it
I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about half the time.
How's it go? I've never heard of their theme song.
You sang it,
I
Davey
did.
Meltzer.
Oh, Davey Meltzer, king of the Wrestling Observer.
Fuck the Dave Meltzer.
God, he's a real putz. I used to be a big fan and defend the dude.
No, you still love him.
No,
You still love him.
I do
And he's
not.
an AEW mark, so.
Not really. People think that because they just read highlights, but if you listen to him, it's not so much. Can Intro do more British impressions of famous British people?
Oh yeah.
Who do they want?
Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher.
What's that?
Who was
Lord
Margaret
Stephen
Thatcher?
Regal.
He's
Lord
a man.
Stephen Regal.
Was that
Well,
it?
Man in the Mask, or I don't know. What does Stephen Regal say?
I gotta go and be with my kid. I can't work here anymore.
Why, Tony, I have to go
Big
and
Daddy Vince.
be back with my child over in WWE.
Can you do a Mr. Bean impression?
That one's like just like.
Yeah. I don't even know how he's.
Since Bearded Incher answered this question, I would like for the original Incher to answer the same question. What's your favorite sitcom of the 1980s?
Favorite sitcom of the
I'm eating at Subway for a full
1980s.
day. I didn't even know Subway had breakfast items, but
What the hell?
Ad break.
Oh my god. Subway.
Goosey? What's
Is that
so,
a sitcom?
Gilligan's Island? That's 70s.
That was like 60s, dude.
That was the 60s.
Yeah.
That's back when
80s.
back when Stevie was a young man, and it's like mid 30s.
Jeez, I'm trying to think of like a good 80s. I'm not huge on working it. The Happy Days. How about that?
That was
I
the
think
70s.
that's 70s.
Is that 70s?
And it was set in the 50s.
Get with the
Yeah.
times, old man.
Jeez, 80s. I know there's got to be a show that I like in the 80s.
Well, that was the era of the Cosby Show, Family Ties.
Cheers was good.
Cheers. Yeah, Cheers.
Cheers.
I'd say Cheers.
I'd probably have Roseanne would be mine.
I like that.
Well, that's kind of 90s, wasn't it?
That was the 90s.
It probably started in 80s.
Wonder
like
Years.
late 80s. Wonder Years, okay.
I don't know if we can consider that a sitcom, I guess. But.
Elf.
Yeah.
I liked it when I had an Elf T-shirt when it was on.
I liked it. I mean, I was a kid when it was on.
Me and my
Yeah,
brother
he
had
he
matching
had a
Elf
similarity
t-shirts.
to Al Ulbencher. Alf.
Who?
Alf and Al Ulb have something in common.
What's that?
They eat cats!
Oh, yeah.
That's you shouldn't say it kind of stuff. Would you take Blue Chew pills just for the hell of it? So you just pop them, and then you just like, hey, look at this, and you just get a big old cock raging hard on.
Boner.
Like Viscera?
Exactly.
I don't see what's the benefit.
I'm gonna do that next time I take the bus up to Boston. Get a fucking big hard on and walk around the Pride Parade. No, that was always weird. I know that's like kind of just a foregone conclusion, but a guy just popping boner pills and just sitting there with a big heart on him.
Yeah, I don't see what the benefit would be for that.
Do you ever do that, Lexar? You just start taking Blue Chew?
No.
Do you ever have erectile dysfunction at the strip club? You're like, hold on, baby, I gotta pop some boner pills.
No. No. Every time I get a lap dance and her big juicy booty rubs against my crotch, it rises up just a little bit.
Hell yeah, well, I hope so. I don't believe that a little bit. I'm sure you probably just jizzing all over the place you're like a fucking you're like it's just spraying everywhere.
This one time the stripper grabbed my crotch.
It's like a sprinkler out in your yard.
This one time the stripper grabbed my crotch and she like has a ooh.
She whiffed.
She's like, oh, big puppy.
Buku.
Two buku.
Yeah, she says like you have a hard on without even saying it.
Hell yeah. Probably see. I bet if you would have tipped her a few bucks, you could have got more than a lap dance.
She just said it with her moans only.
Holy shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
You should have took her home to meet your mommy.
Yeah, but she
could have been your future wife. That's how Vic met his.
What?
I thought he was sleeping, so I didn't.
Don't take that.
Oh, see, you had like your picture was like frozen. It looked like you were sleeping.
It was.
Oh.
Yeah, your picture. That's why I said it, because I thought he was sleeping.
You thought you'd get away with it. That's why you said it.
Lexa, what's your favorite emo songs? Emo Phillips?
I like Emo Phillips.
I don't know. Maybe The Cure. Most of the stuff in the 90s is kind of emo. And I like most of that because I was in high school. Like Smashing Pumpkins, Cure. I don't know. Favorite episode of A&E WWE Hidden Treasures?
I was shocked, but I really thought the Brutus Beefcake and what's his name, the Hammer, they were really good, and I was pleasantly surprised by that episode.
I saw Brutus Beefcake tweeted out someone had sent him trading cards of the AEW Butcher to sign. He's like, brother, this is not me.
And then he kept the cards.
That was pretty fun. I thought it was funny even tweet it out because you think maybe he'd be like offended, but that was funny. That was weird meeting him and he had his nipples pierced.
That's weird.
Didn't you ever think of getting your nipples pierced? Geraldine! Nice to see you.
What's up?
Hell yeah.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm
Lexa's
doing.
popping the boner pills now.
Lexar's is talking about the strip clubs. I know it's a shock.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
you must live there now.
He has his own little. They're just like the usual spots, sir. They had the Lexar table.
Yeah, the sticky chair.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like Cheers when Lexar walks in. They just all use Lexar.
I guess all the chairs there be sticky.
Do you bring like a clean pair of underwear to change into in case anything goes down?
I change my underwear at home.
No, you don't change it there.
Speech is better.
Where are we? What's the most underrated kids show of all time?
Captain Kangaroo.
Damn, that was a quick one. That was a good show. I used to watch it.
The most underrated kids show of all time.
Picture Pages.
Muppet Babies.
Picture pages, time to get your picture pages, time to get your crayons and your pencils.
Muppet Babies.
How'd that song go? They had a cool theme song too, didn't it?
Muppet Babies. Something like that.
Yep,
Make your dreams come true.
At the strip club.
Gummy bears hopping here and there and everywhere.
Yeah, that was a good one. G.I. Joe was good.
G.I. Joe. He's
an American hero.
G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe. What was yours, Lexar?
Oh, there are several. Freakazoid.
Wow, see, you're younger than me. I don't know this stuff.
See, that came out in the 90s.
I was like a grown-ass man in the 90s.
No, you were still a teenager. I still
Yeah,
watch.
but I wasn't like 18 watching little kids Freakazoid.
Freakazoid was not a kiddie TV show. It was like a Warner Brothers cartoon, but anyway. Steven Spielberg created that cartoon. I bet you didn't know about that, right? Steven Spielberg created cartoon.
I don't know who that is. Never heard of him.
Oh my God.
DuckTales is pretty underrated.
Who the hell's that? Who did he ever beat?
Steven Spielberg.
He beat himself.
Tailspin.
Does he do the Raw Report?
Oh, yeah, Tailspin. Tailspin was another one. Goof Troop.
Goof Troop? Is that a real show?
Yes.
I honestly never heard of that one.
Yeah,
that's Goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Goofy, and he has
That's
like a
like
kid.
if you could tell someone's a millennial if they know what Goof Troop. That's like the quintessential.
Enter, he knows these kid shows from every decade.
Mm-hmm.
He's still watching them.
No, I was like a teenager when Goof Troop
You're like
came
35.
out. I was probably like 13 or something when Goof Troop came out. Like,
and you still
Then
remember
there was the movie.
Goof Troop, the movie?
Yeah, the Goofy movie was pretty big.
I just remember, in Stand By Me, them having the conversation. What the hell is Goofy? They were like, because like Pluto couldn't talk, but Goofy could.
yeah. Did you get the Grimace birthday meal, Jack?
No.
For Grimace's birthday?
No.
Man.
I don't eat that.
Has anybody had the Grimace's birthday meal? Dang.
Did you enter?
No.
What kind of bitch are you? Go get one.
Could get one right now.
Is it like
Geraldine, what was
Happy
your
Meal?
favorite kid show as a young damsel?
I used to watch a lot of SpongeBob.
All right.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
I've never seen it.
It was funny because it was
I've
in
never-
Spanish.
Sábado gigante, football y más.
See, Geraldine knows what Salvador Gigante is.
Oh yeah,
Don't you?
I know.
There you go.
Of course.
Saturday Big or something. What is it?
I can't believe Lexar asked this next one. Lexar wants to know, do you spit or swallow? Very rude individual.
Chew. Like
If I'm eating food, it'd be fucking rude if I just like chewed up my burger and like spit it in someone's face.
If I'm feeding birds, I'll spit.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'm going to feed Jackson like a baby bird. That's what me and Intra used to do at Fan Fest.
No. Yeah, I think if he had you need to put in like AI of everything we've done at FanFest, and it would just be like
oh man, that'd be hot.
Insane for freaking photo.
I'm gonna work on that for next week.
everything you claim that we've done at FanFest.
So I subscribe to the Adobe what do they call it? But anyway, it's and I get all the programs, and so they just launched their own AI, which is how I did the Power Goat one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll work on some more in your head AI for next week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we won't be here next week.
What? Oh no, yeah, I won't. No, we won't be here next week. Sorry. I'm gonna be doing a. My movie is playing at Chattanooga Film Festival, and I will be at the virtual screening of that.
Sounds
Congratulations.
Thank you. Nikhil, and in August I won't be here for I don't know, maybe several shows, because I'll be in LA for a while and maybe in Buffalo. So anyway, Nikhil Callahan wants to know, Moose has announced that he's re-signed with Impact Wrestling. I have more. I have to get done before my time in Impact is done. Not only did I sign back with Impact Wrestling, but I also signed the longest deal anyone has ever signed in the history of the company.
Hold on.
Bad move.
Yeah, I mean, I used to hear buzz about Boost. Then he went to Impact, and I've never heard his name again until right now.
Yeah, that's not a good move.
Sucks.
I mean, even if they are paying him a lot, which I kind of doubt they do have a lot, but like,
it's when it came out when he threw his significant other down the steps, it really ruined his chances of going other places.
He has pretty good theme music, though.
I'm not saying he's not talented or anything. AEW Rampage is celebrating episode 100 this Friday. Your favorite memories? I mean, the first episode with the Punk return.
That wasn't the first episode.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. But that was my favorite Rampage.
yeah.
Amanda Huber is now working on the production end of AEW. She had been working in the community outreach area of the company, but was recruited by Michael Mansouri to come over to production. That's cool that they have her working there. I mean, I don't know what to say. I have no idea what she really does, but I think it's nice that they continue to hire.
Did they fire -1?
Fire that bitch. Fire that guy, that little kid. Turncoat showing up on the Forbidden Door. We went over that. WWE celebrating 25 years of Edge. What are your favorite memories of Edge?
Probably Rated R Superstar when he first did that, but
that was good.
I remember something
not
from
many.
The
live sex celebration. That's what me and Geraldine are gonna be doing in Buffalo.
Oh yeah, totally.
On the live in your head that week.
You're doing it in the Buffalo? What'd you say?
Yes, I'm gonna be banging a buffalo.
I saw Edge's final match at the time. When he
I was gonna say, you did. What did you knock? What happened to him? He's never come back.
He wrestled Alberto Del Rio at WrestleMania.
Alberto Del Rio. I can't roll my tongue. I roll my R's.
Yeah, so I saw him wrestle and defend his title. Then,
I mean, a lot of the TLC stuff's great. Edge and Christian. I was an Edge fan for a long time. So he had a lot of great moments. I like the Radar Superstar stuff. Those good. And Edge and Christian as a team. Bully Ray believes that Dolph Ziggler is a generational talent based on in-ring work he's done in WWE. Do you agree? I mean, I guess he's a good wrestler, but I mean, he's not going to be really remembered much. He's kind of like a job guy most of the time. He's never been used very well. I think he's beyond the point of where you could just really make a big deal out of him.
Well, folks, the clock strikes 12, so I must bid adieu for the night.
Good night, Stevie!
What? He already said the Raw review.
He did.
He already did it. He already did it.
You want to recap?
Yeah. What happened?
This guy wrestled this dude, and then this guy wrestled that guy, and then biggity bye, hibbity ha!
Did that guy win?
I'm not telling you. You gotta go back and listen.
Damn.
He and according to Steven, it was a good main event, but did not like the rest of the show.
Sounds like every Raw.
Kevin Nash complained about the lack of money he gets on merchandise royalties, including the NWO from WWE. I didn't get $1 on NWO. It should be 150% of what I normally get in the next period. And if it's not, I guess I'll be putting a piece of paper in Ari Emanuel's hands.
Ooh.
Smart.
Scary.
I thought he was buddies with Triple H. You can't get things working.
He wants the money. But how? I mean, honestly, how would they even do the NWO? They wouldn't do it. They have to split it with like him and Hall's like family and Hogan and X-Pac, or I don't know how many people they got to split it with. Bischoff.
Yeah.
I mean, how much does that come to at the end of the day? I don't know. More like this guy aboard that guy. That's the Raw report. That was from Facebook user McGee. I'm not sure who it was.
Yeah, say that to his face.
I'll say this to your face, boy!
Yeah. Take that.
All right. That was Sean Green, actually. WWE officials are interested in signing FTW champion Hook. Hook's father, AEW commentator Taz, also reportedly wants his son in WWE. Well, then fire fucking Taz. You can't have the commentator of your show, and he's like, yeah, go to the other show. So hit the bricks, old man. That's what I say.
You think they really use Hook in WWE though?
No.
I don't
They
think they
do
would use
just
him for
what
anything.
Taz got done too.
Yeah.
Taz got shit on.
Job out to VR.
He's small. He's very charismatic. That jackass called in the Raw review instead of the Raw report. What a fake fan! Fake ass fan!
What?
I say at HeadyCon we beat his ass.
Hell yeah. Beat his ass.
Beat his ass. Beat his ass. That'd be a good event. We all just get around Jonathan Jackson, just beat him down.
What? Do you even think about what you're saying sometimes? Look at God.
I like chanting random things, but actually beating someone, I don't know.
I think this guy, the guy in the chat, he's in favor of it.
That guy needs to let go of the hate in his heart.
Interest response.
I'd probably be surprised by like the viciousness of Vic. Vic would probably be like, "Let's do it."
That's what I'm telling you. He's got the seedy underbelly, Vic Schiavone. But I mean, he's a good guy.
For a psychopath. That's what you're thinking. Good guy for a psychopath. Is that what you're thinking, right?
I was hoping to go to the New England Hall of Fame and Fan Fest next month, but this hotel's been sold out. And I keep checking, hoping someone cancels a room, but so far, no luck.
I think
Sleep in the lobby. Sleep in the lobby.
No thanks. 2 days sleeping in the lobby?
Mm-hmm.
Scott D'Amore and PCO versus Bully Ray and Steve Macklin are announced for Slammiversary. Whoop-de-doo!
But I thought that happened already.
I don't know. When is Slammiversary?
In July. Up in
Yeah, but I thought I seen that match already.
No.
You did, but they got to do it again like Cody and Brock.
The rematch. Everyone's been clamoring to see it again. You're like, hey, did you see that PCO?
Somebody, I was between sleeping and awake, so I can't remember who he was wrestling.
And you want to see the game because he loves Impact Wrestling, don't you?
I'm a big Impact Wrestling fan. It's been a while since I've watched it, but I heard the comments from D'Lo Brown saying, if you watch Impact,
are you down with the Brown?
3 shows, you'll come back for the 4th.
Can you do the D'Lo Brown head shake? I don't know how he
My
does
neck's
it.
kind of hurting. Like, isn't it like
too much bobbing, Frencher.
Is that where the bobblehead originated from?
Yeah, the OI bobblehead. 1-inch bobbles.
I don't know, something like that.
I more than enjoyed the show, Eric Bischoff said regarding Saturday's Collision premiere. It completely erased the last 12 months of my opinion on AEW. I mean, whatever. It's cool. I liked it.
Sounds like somebody wants a job.
This interesting. Thoughts on Scorpio Sky? Yeah, I was actually happy to see a video of him. I've always been a Scorpio Sky fan, so be cool because I know they really kind of start and stopped him all the time. So I'd be interested in him getting a run.
Give him his comeuppance.
Carl Anderson said the OC's WWE return was one of the greatest of all time. Do you agree? No.
No.
I was there when they returned.
Yeah.
AJ.
Which was more exciting, the return of the OC or the greatest lap dance you ever received?
That's a tough one.
I think he gets the greatest lap dance every other day.
That's they just keep outdoing themselves every time.
I guess.
Just starts and blacks out.
Lap dance.
Remember.
Next couple days. I just got the greatest lap dance.
Geraldine, do you want to give me one?
Smooth.
I think that's one of the pickup lines we gave.
That's what online dating is.
I'll put you over.
I'll put you over. What the hell does that even mean?
I think I know.
He's going to do the job for you.
He's gonna lay on his back and look at the lights. Okay.
AEW to revive old WCW. Oh, so they're saying that the blind eliminator is the lethal lottery. I actually was always a fan of the concept of the lethal lottery. I think it was really fun when they picked the random names out. So I don't really know about the idea of the winner getting a title shot, but I always liked the idea of the lethal lottery.
I want them to do that Battle Bowl match concept.
Yeah, I like the lethal lottery, the Battle Bowl. I mean, this is basically a battle royal. The 2-ring battle royal, you mean?
Yeah, but no, it was tag team matches with random people.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's the lethal lottery part. That's what they're doing, which I like that. That's fun.
Then the winners go into the battle.
No, this is going to be a tournament, so there's no battle royal. It's just going to be random teams, and then they keep going. I guess I don't know.
Inchers clamoring for the feast or fired.
Feast or fired. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be P.D. Williams again this year? P.D. Williams.
Is P.D. Williams still in Impact?
I think he was like an agent for WWE or something.
Oh, I think you're right. It's weird that they signed so many guys as agents, guys that they would never hire as wrestlers.
Yeah,
like,
that's strange.
we think you suck, but hey, we think you make a good guy to tell our other guys how to wrestle. Do you watch the show Black Mirror on Netflix? I know there's a new season, but I like the other seasons, but I haven't watched the new one.
No, I don't watch it.
It's like it's like Twilight Zone.
It has the couple cool episodes.
I really like it actually. On this day in WWE 20 years ago on SmackDown, the APA returned to help Undertaker fend off the FBI. I remember this so clearly. I was a big fan of all 6 men. Do you have any memories of this from 2003? No!
No.
The APA versus the full-blooded Italians in WWE?
It's the 20-year anniversary. You should know this.
The 20-year anniversary of little Guido getting squashed by Farouk.
At least it's not the 22nd or 23rd because you were complaining about it.
I do. No, when you celebrate now, if it's like a wedding, whatever, that's fine. But if you're talking about the of a movie or something, you can't say the 22nd, the 17th, the 6th. You gotta be the 10th, the 20th, the 25th. Either multiples of 10, I'll give you multiples of 5, but not 16th and 17th and stuff. That's stupid. Otherwise, you'd be talking every day. It's the anniversary of every movie it's ever made. I take this very seriously. Report that Delirious joins Impact Wrestling as writer and producer.
Yeah, that's good.
Thought.
Good for Delirious. He was booking ROH for a while.
Delirious. Yeah, that's cool. Angelina Love. Fans were not tuning in for Dixie Carter. She wanted to be Stephanie McMahon. I never tuned in for Stephanie McMahon either. I know Intra is a huge fan of Dixie Carter.
I love Dixie Carter. Best. Rockhead Carter.
She wishes me happy birthday on Facebook.
Yeah, what does Stephanie McMahon do?
Exactly. She's never said shit to me. Bully calls the Usos the greatest tag team in WWE history. Do you agree? I would say they'd be up there, but they're not. I wouldn't say they're the greatest, but I like them.
They turned on Roman last Friday night on SmackDown.
Super Kick Party!
Vic was talking about that.
Good stuff.
They'd be up there.
I must tap out. I'm out. Good night.
All right.
Nighty night, Lexar.
Blow me a kiss.
Oh.
I don't know what kind of kiss that was.
I just had the greatest lap dance.
Do you think the strippers are reading that and they're like, we have to outdo it next time he comes here?
I guess.
Mm-hmm. Gotta up the ante.
They're like, this guy already has a hard on. We don't have to do anything.
That's probably more accurate.
You think Lexar gives him like awards? Like you get 3 Lexar stars.
He's like the Dave Meltzer of the strip club.
Yeah.
I just think he sits next to the people getting lap dances, so he gets like he
doesn't have to pay for them, right?
Yeah, they like rub on him with their arms.
Where does he get all the money for the? I assume this costs money.
That'd be kind of odd if you're getting a lap dance and you looked over and you saw Lexar giving his like murderous look at you.
What'd you say, Geraldine? Sorry.
Those strippers are cheap.
Maybe. He's going to the discount strip club.
Oh, man.
Those ones that have like a buffet or something.
I've never been to a strip club.
What?
I'm an innocent young man.
Young.
The first one you get will be the best one of your life. Just know that. It's technically true.
That's very... And the worst.
You really never been to a strip club?
Mm-mm.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Like I went once. I just don't like it. like, because my mom was like
working there.
waitressy, and she might have worked in a strip club, and I
there?
didn't know. Maybe like when she did a whole bunch of crazy stuff, but not at the one I went to. But I only went to one, and one of the ladies you could tell she just had a baby. Because she didn't have the
like
baby
in the back
bump, but
room.
She did.
She had like the umbilical cord hanging out.
Yeah, people were slipping all over the afterbirth. No.
And Luxar's like the greatest lap dance of my life.
And then the girl who gave me the lap dance, she turned upside down in my face, like
the baby was sticking out, looking at you.
It was a different person, but like, I don't know. I was kind of like, whoa. And then I didn't ever go back. It was like at noon in this smaller town. So we got like the mid-shift people, not the high-dollar Friday night ones. Anyway.
You got all the trainees.
Happy hour, yeah. While speaking to Alex McCarthy of the Daily Mail, Seth freaking Rollins explained his vision for the type of champion he wants to be. Rollins revealed that he aspires to be a champion like John Cena and CM Punk. I was a fan of the old champions growing up, the NWA champions that took the title around the world and defended in every city. Mm-hmm. That's just what I grew up with, and that's what part of being a champion is. Hell yeah, do it up. Isn't that what everyone does?
I guess.
Yeah. So basically, he just said he wants to do what everybody else does.
Yeah. He just said
Who's the biggest cuck of the Headyverse?
Who's asking this?
Nikhil. I'm kind of shocked.
Wow.
We've corrupted Nikhil. He's asking such a negative question.
I don't know, maybe
biggest
no.
of the Headyverse. I don't know. I don't know of anybody who's very cucky other than CM Cuck over here.
Oh man.
Who's the single most favorite? What is your This is Micah Beslar. What is your single most favorite memory of Terry Gordy?
You think there's anybody who like Nikhil calls a cuck after like don't answer his questions? He's like, you fucking little cuck. Fuck you. I hate you.
That isn't a question.
You need to answer my question.
I hung out with Nikhil in London, in Soho. Me, Nikhil, and Dobbs, and three badasses went to the bar. We got lemonades, and I had let's see, Nikhil had a Coke, I think. Nikhil had a lemonade, and I had a club soda with a lime.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Hardcore.
It sounds like you guys could have just went to the 7-Eleven.
or the strip club.
It would have been cheaper.
Much cheaper.
The best club soda of my life.
That should have been the question. What was the best club soda you ever had in your life?
Yeah.
I do like club soda. Also, when it comes to those orange snack cracker bags, do you prefer cheese filling or peanut butter? Cheese.
Peanut butter.
I would say cheese just because, like, peanut butter you can kind of do yourself, you know?
What, are you making your own peanut butter?
No, like if you have, like, a thing of peanut butter and some, like, saltines or something, that's pretty much the same thing.
Can you do that with cheese, too?
No, it's forbidden.
Like, the spread, that kind of cheese spreads, though, it's, like, different. It's a little different.
You can get spreadable cheese.
Like cheese.
That cheese is like $3 for like a little.
Yeah, but it has, like, a different taste to it. It's not the same as
I like that's very salty. I don't eat that stuff anymore, but I like the salty cheese.
I like the crackers with the peanut butter in them because they're unique. Like
that's what my grandma was really big on those.
Mm-hmm.
They're really big in the South. Those
Yeah, I don't eat
Lance
peanut butter anymore, but when I
crackers.
did, I like chunky peanut butter. Gotta have the pieces of the peanut in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way it's good.
Absolutely. That's how you
And
like
when I
my
used to
shit.
drink orange juice, I bet Incher, what kind of orange juice do you drink? I bet I know. I bet you get it no pulp, but you have to have pulp in it.
Do you want me to answer?
He already
Would you
knows.
like to hear my answer?
Yeah, boy!
I can drink it either way.
All right. Yeah, I heard you go both ways.
Oh man.
I like it I like it with pulp. I like it without pulp. It doesn't matter to me.
All right.
Last few times I went to Walmart, they didn't have the one with pulp.
Really?
No. Did not.
I would have raised hell!
Plain's okay.
Anastasios Theodosiadius wants to know. Moose should go somewhere else for a while. What do you believe?
Yeah, probably. If AEW was
If
interested.
anyone would take him is the thing. It's not. I don't think it's necessarily just his decision.
I think it's funny that he signed the longest contract in company history. And he's worked there probably longer than anyone who's worked there.
I like Moose though, so.
It's like, where can he go when he says go somewhere else? Well,
That's what I'm saying.
Like he had a tryout.
Like, I can't hire that guy.
You think he's like, I don't want to go to the WWE? He's like, I want to stay in Impact.
Nah, he had a tryout and they said we're good.
He'll be like, I'm just like Bobby Lashley.
No, I think what happened was he actually was going to WWE at one point, but it was then they found out about him. It was a domestic assault.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon was like, "No way."
I'm the
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna badmouth McMahon for not doing, but I mean, it's not necessarily.
I'm just saying because Vince McMahon's a horrible person. He's
like, I don't want anybody worse than me here.
Yeah.
Speaking of, did you see? They're doing the first ever shoot interview with Nails.
That'll be cool.
Mike Johnson. I asked Mike about coming on. He didn't say no. He didn't say shit. Didn't even answer me. I was like, this fucking asshole.
Damn.
I met him lots of times.
As long as he asks the right questions, I'll say it'll be good.
I like the one interview I saw with Nails. It's just like, I'm gonna teach you, boss man. And I was like, this guy's awesome. I always heard he was shit, but I think he's awesome. Fucking love Nails. You hear that, Jones?
What's that, bitch?
I said I fucking love Nails. You gotta respond to that. That's how a radio show.
Oh, he sucks. Okay. Now he had a great voice and a great look, but he was god awful.
I loved him. The best.
Did you ever see a match with Nails? It's horrendous.
Yeah,
stood straight up and
yeah, and he would do like this really weak choke. Not the shoot choke he did to Vince.
That was for his passion.
Well, didn't he say that Vince tried to rape him or something like that? Allegedly.
That's what he says. We'll find out in the shoot.
He's not gonna ask him that.
Be a good shoot.
You have to ask that. If they don't ask that, I want my money back. If I bought it. You gotta ask it. You can't do shoot every Nails and don't be like, did Vince McMahon try to rape your ass? You gotta ask it.
Rumor around town.
I'm gonna start asking every guest we have on.
About Nails?
Do you think Vince McMahon raped Nails? What do you think about that, Violent Idols? They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? All right. Well, that's the end of the questions, Incher.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
This
You got something to say about it?
This is unusual.
That was
I'm
quick.
normally tired by the time we're done with the questions. Ooh. What's that mask?
Just this mask that I wear when I'm abducting people.
Is that the pink cucker? You're the pink
Be the
cucker.
last thing you see.
That's scary.
That'd be bad if that's the last thing I see.
Hello, Geraldine. It's nice to see you. That's what I'm going to wear when I meet Geraldine in Buffalo.
And Lexar's the creepy one.
Yes, he is. It's not like he's Tazo.
Oh, jeez. Now, what if Lexar actually goes and buys one of those masks and shows up? Like, hey, Geraldine, it's me.
It's me,
Oh my God.
Oh, man. All right. Anything else happening in the world of you folks?
Jonathan Jackson, he said he has something.
I mean, I had something, but Vic already did the SmackDown.
You got ready. Well, I hope it cleared up.
He did the SmackDown summary, and I still need to go acquire some penicillin. But yeah.
I'm going to the dentist tomorrow.
You getting a gorilla?
Yeah, I'm gonna get fucking. What would you do if I showed up next week and I was like doing the show and it's all gold and like diamonds?
You'd be like talking with the list because you couldn't like close your mouth and shit. That's how it is. People get that.
My teeth don't meet in the front. There's a term for it. I just call it an underbite because the bottom jaw is actually above the top. And it's because I have an oversized tongue, is what my dentist told me. And so over time, my tongue pushed my whole jaw out. And so then he was like, we can fix that. We go in and we dislocate your jaw, push it back like 2 millimeters, wire it shut for like 6 weeks. I'm like, who the fuck wants to do that?
I can fix it for free.
I think you ought to
punch
do
me in
it.
the face. Boom.
I think you should do it.
It was the same dentist. He's like, you got a cat's tongue. It's rough like sandpaper. I'm like, this guy's fucking pervert.
I just want to do the show where I can just sit here and talk, and then you just go.
No one's gonna listen to that shit.
So you're gonna get it done or not?
No, fuck that. It's barely noticeable. I don't think you can even notice it, honestly.
Not worth all that, that's for sure.
No. Fuck it.
I did got all mine removed.
Hell yeah, go full dentures.
Yeah,
that's the advantage.
Oh my God.
Just get them, yeah. Well, now you can get them like drilled right into your mouth.
Yeah,
yeah, the implants
cost a lot of money though.
Yeah,
not really. If
these two teeth are fake, actually.
If you look at how much, if I look at how much money I spent at the dentist during the years, and how much I spent on doing that, it's way cheaper to get it done.
Really?
Just keep going to a dentist, of course.
All right. You seen I should get all my teeth ripped out?
Brush your teeth. No, brush your teeth.
What should I get in? What
Floss.
should I just get teeth in there or something cool like wolf fangs or something?
Yeah.
Customized.
Get shark.
Get like bike chains. Like get something.
Shark teeth? That'd be cool. I'd like bite my tongue off.
Like ball bearings. Just roll around.
So instead of chewing the food, just like crush them, grind them.
Sweet.
That's a good look.
Yeah. Chainsaw teeth.
Like you pull them. That's my sound effects for Chainsaw Teeth. It's a good movie, Chainsaw Teeth.
Cocaine
There's
chainsaw.
an anime about that.
Really?
Chainsaw Man.
Oh, well, recently, so I have the Slasher Man stuff.
Oh, that offended Incher.
Incher's like, he's getting excited now. He's like, I gotta go rub one out. It's Chainsaw Teeth. So,
I want my cock mutilated.
So I do the Slasher Man, 8-bit stuff, so anyway, they're on Amazon, and then Amazon just started posting them at all the different Amazons, the French one, the Japan one, and I started selling a whole bunch of Chainsaw Man in Japan, and I was like, oh man, they must really love it. And then I found out that is an anime. It's called Chainsaw Man. So I don't know if they're buying my shirt thinking it's this anime, and it's not.
Probably.
They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but if you're selling it.
Yeah, they're buying it, wearing it, it's fine. I sold some to France earlier, too, last week. Which is, it's all cool. I just wish people would take a picture and send me. I want to see this Frenchie in my shirt. I want to see my shirt in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's what inspired the anime.
Probably is. It's a good point.
I'm just gonna get one, and when I go home now, I wear it everywhere.
That's what I like to hear. Good girl.
Oh.
There's an alarm. Something's happening over there. Yeah, I expect now. Yeah, you got. I want to see you in one of my shirts. I know Jackson has some. That's always nice.
Send me a link.
I'll send you a link. All right. Anything else before we head out? So sorry, we'll not be here next week. Maybe we'll do a live show after Dynamite or something. I don't know. It's up to if Intra's around. I was thinking about doing some bonus shows for people since a lot of people signed up to the Headyverse thing. So if anyone has some ideas for something that would be quick and easy to do, maybe, I don't know. Ask Jack Anything shows. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Just something fun for people like Bruce here, who helps out to pay for this, because it does cost a lot now to do the show we do. But anyway, I appreciate everyone who has joined the group, who's got a membership on the Headyverse, like Mr. Vic Schiavone over here. He's a good man. Our producer, Bruce. And I love everyone who just even joins us, like Geraldine here.
Yeah, I'm broke. I just like the Headyverse that much that.
Well, thank you. I mean, I don't want anyone to go through hardships or anything, but it does help pay for the show, which I appreciate. It does cost a lot, and there's a lot of work and everything. But I would still do the show either way because I enjoy doing it. Man, what is Jackson doing with his eyes? All right, I guess Intra just left. What do you think? I feel bad just closing the show while he's off, spanking the monkey or whatever the hell he's doing. But we'll be back in a couple weeks. Maybe we'll do a live show Wednesday next week. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Join the group. Keep up to date. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Smash the like button. Share it out to all your friends, to all your lovers, to all your enemies. Share it on your Twitter, your Facebook, your MySpace, your Grindr, your Friendster, your LinkedIn. Share it all over the place. Go spray paint it on the walls. Go knock on your neighbor's door and say, listen in your head, you dumbass. Probably don't do that part. But go and do it. Share it out. Tell everybody. Help spread the head. All right, we're out of here because I was trying to kill time, but Intra I don't think is coming back. So, good night, folks.
Bye. Follow me on Facebook.
Andre the Giant.
Andre was big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small. No, no, no. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink, 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 and a fight, fight, fight. Andre was big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small. No, no, no. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink, 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 and a fight, fight, fight. Andre the Giant. Andre was big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small. No, no, no. Andre was great. He was not bad. A great big heart and a great big man. Andre was big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small. No, no, no. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink, 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 and a fight, fight, fight. Andre the Giant.
From Grenoble, France.
Ah, we're still here. All right, let me hit end broadcast. This is This is like when you go see a comic book movie and you're like, don't leave, dumbass, because you know there's gonna be a post credits, and this is what you get, and you think, God damn, did I waste my time sitting through the credits? But you get to hear that cool Andre the Giant song, and you get to see Bruce here. He's just popped a couple edibles, did a couple mushrooms, and this is what's going on now. They're starting to hit. So we're going to get out of here so he could go take a nap. Good night, everybody.
All right.
I'm hitting Ed broadcast. It's out.